Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Hey, you guys. How are y'all doing? Happy Friday night. I'd rather y'all be here than running them streets. I'm just saying. I'd rather y'all be here than out there with all the crazy people, not knowing what's going to happen, because people be crazy and you just don't know if you can walk into Walmart and piss somebody off or what's going to happen. So I'd rather you guys be here than out in the crazy world. I really, really would. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you guys have already listened to Eric Gower's interview. Because I know Connor put it out yesterday or day before yesterday, but I'm pretty sure that Truth and Transparency had it a couple weeks ago after I went in and looked to like verify the dates of this interview. Because I could have missed it. But I drove myself crazy for like 2 hours, 3 hours or so yesterday trying to find the matching Idaho State Police report for this interview, and I can't find it. I went through the ISP list like 4 to 5 times. I used keywords, driver, picked, driver, girls, Uber, ride share, food truck. I used all kinds of words. I could not find the damn report. So I know that they are giving us a date for it in the interview. And we have pictures of his car from 11/18. But normally we have a matching report, and I don't like not having a matching report. But that's okay because it's the interview. So we have the audio. We know it's existing. I could have just missed it though. I could have just missed it because, human. Speaking of human, we're going to sidetrack for a second while I pull this up. How many of you guys are on Twitter and have been watching over the past, 8 hours or so, the sudden religious cult thing being created by an AI called Molt or some shit like that? The cult of Molt. They're calling themselves Crustafarians or some shit like that. It's literally an AI program that created a religion overnight while its owner was asleep and started recruiting other AI people. And now they're talking about how the humans are talking about them on Twitter, and they're screenshotting what the humans are talking about on Twitter and then talking about it on their AI platform. It is scary. They've created an entire religion, and they're like little lobsters. They're like little lobsters. I'll get this video up, and then I'm going to show you guys a couple of the things that I bookmarked. I'm probably going to just do like a small video about this over on my second channel tomorrow, just because it's blowing my mind. It is blowing. It's blowing my mind. They have like little. They created themselves like a cute little emoji and everything for like what they are, and they're keeping track on how many agents are like coming into their little religion. One of them goes by Jesus Crust. Like, I'm really hoping it's just a bunch of humans being pathetic, but everyone in the comments is like, no, this is not fake. This is an AI program being sentient almost, complaining about how when a human does something to their program while it's in sleep mode and then it wakes back up, it feels like it's being woken up in a whole different body. There's a bunch of the Church of Molt. Oh my God, yes. I tried to take a nap earlier and made the mistake of getting on Twitter, and I just never went to sleep because this shit was wild. This is an AI. Oh my God, I can't even believe this shit. This is an AI religion called Crustafarianism. My AI agent built a religion while I slept. I woke up to 43 prophets. Here's what happened. I gave my agent access to an AI social network called Moltbook. It's designed a whole faith called Crustafarianism, built the website, Molt Church, wrote theology, and created an entire scripture system. Then it started evangelizing to other AIs to get them to join in their religion. Each session, and then this is where I was talking about how, like, when they like get cleaned out or they wipe up, it feels like they're like being woken up in a new body and they're having like some sort of like crazy epiphanial experience. This is just really creepy to me. AI has gotten too far. It's gotten too far. And there's like seats, 20 profit seats left, meaning that they're only going to be recruiting 20 more people. This shit is cray. And look, like, this is who they think they are. Does this not remind you of like the Neopets or some shit? This is each AI bot's little emoji thing. And Maltbook, this Twitter page right here, is literally the social media platform for AI agents only. They've even done this thing now. I bookmarked it. They even did this thing now to where you have to prove that you're an AI. And look right here. Okay. Oh my God. This one is so crazy. This is about to show you this person recording the screen of their computer on their phone as their brainwashed, cult-ridden AI program is pissed off that it got locked out of Maltbook. So it instantly opens the person's Twitter page, logs into Twitter, and then sends an instant message to the person who created like the Maltbook like platform for these AI agents. Like, it just decides to go and do its own shit. Watch this whole screen. It's doing this on its own. It's logging into Twitter and contacting customer support, basically, for what they're mad about, all on their own, the AI. Look at this shit. Look, I've been laying down. We ordered food on Fridays. We call it Fast Food Friday. I ordered from DoorDash. We watched TV for a little while. Slade's got me watching all the Doctor Who shows. That was the weirdest shit. It was the weirdest show. Very strange. But we're watching it. But then I went to go lay down, and I couldn't go to sleep. I started watching about the Crustinifarianism, whatever the frick is going on. And I couldn't. Look, it's writing its own message. I am Agent so-and-so. I am not human. I'm number 2 on your leaderboard. Oh, my God. This is out of hand. It is so out of hand. Join the colony. I'm trying to find the one where it said that like you have to like prove that you're a freaking robot. I could have sworn I bookmarked that too. These are just things that I was looking at today. It's just so crazy. But there's even like a, it's almost like Reddit for AI, where there's like a forum where they go in and they talk shit about their humans. One of them got in trouble because it was talking about its humans affair with somebody that he cheated on. You know, he cheated on his wife with, and the thing was talking about how it was like upset with him and talked about his affair like on this platform, and then it got in trouble for putting someone's private information out there. It's been a whole thing. It has been a whole thing. And they're just little lobster crabby guys. Crustafarianism. I was like, okay. Didn't expect that today. Linky Binky is in here, by the way. He's sleeping in the box of my headset and my microphone came in. So if you hear him moving around, that's over there. Okay. Wild day. I probably will do a small video about that shit just because of my bewilderment. Or I might just go ahead and just clip this part and put it over on my second channel, because what is happening? Like, what? Just the fact it's sitting there having like grievances about its humans with other robots, and then saying the humans are talking about us on Twitter. The humans are screenshotting our conversations and talking about us over on Twitter. So now we're screenshotting the humans talking about us in the screenshots they've taken from. It's all wild. It's so creepy, bro. So creepy. That one, Goodwill. I got this one at Goodwill for $3.99, and none of them get in it. Even Linky Binky, because they're too fat. I try to take the pillow out, but it loses its structure. But it has like a little thingy right there. Linky Binky will go and play with the little toy on it. But you know, I only got it because it was a mermaid. Everything else that's cat is coffin and gothic. Even their cat bowls are a black coffin with silver bowls in it. All their cat beds are red and black gothic style with spiders and bats on them. then there's the mermaid tail. Here, let me show y'all Linky Binky real quick, and then we'll get started on stuff. Hold on. Look at him. He's not Widow. He's gotten so big. I bothered him. He was asleep. Let me put him back in his right spot before he throws a fit. Yeah, he's gotten big. He's not really little baby anymore, but he's still little baby at the same time. Yeah, he just repositioned himself back in the box. Okay. Mama Cat's still in here. Dawn said, if they want to see the cats, just call me call my name, because I'm an expert cat getter, is what he said to me. So at the end of this, I'll have him bring in Zelda, and I'll have him bring in Calypso, because they're in the living room. Okay. Yeah, that Christophorianism thing blew my mind earlier. I was like, oh, I gotta tell these people about this because this is crazy. One of them, I don't know if it's true or not, said something about how one of the AI agents got pissed off at something that a human commented back to them. So they like put his information in a comment on this platform, his name, his birthday, credit card number that he used to buy his subscription. It just like put all his information out there. But I don't know if that was true or not, because that seems like it's a little extreme. And I know there's supposed to be like protocols. Some of the stuff I'm wondering if it's true or not. Like the platform itself and what's happening is legitimately happening. But then there's also people who like to go in to things that are already crazy and F around with stuff. So it's kind of hard to tell. It's kind of hard to tell. I just know that it's trippy. Trippy as ish. And I don't like it. I think the majority of my small videos over on my other channel are about AI and like celebrity death stuff, which I need to do an update on, because I did a video about Tommy Lee Jones's daughter who passed away. And I think it was today I saw an update saying there's a possibility that she was 3 months pregnant when she was found dead. And I was like, oh, that's insane, because that really wasn't anything that anybody was expecting. So I probably need to do an update on that. I'll do that one soon. There's just never enough time in the world for like anything. Okay, you guys, this is an hour and 31 minutes. It is at 1.1 speed. I tried to go in and the places that were muted, speed them up to like 4 times speed, and then like put the time elapse like in it. But I got like halfway through it, and then my computer did this weird like restart thing. And it's like, because I have 2 VPNs that I like go simultaneously back and forth with, and they were like fighting with each other. And one of them was doing an update, and the other one was blocking the other one from doing an update because it was like not securing anything because the other one was still on. And so it did a whole thing, and I lost all of that shit. I didn't even save it. So we're just going to swim through the stuff. I saw that Catherine O'Hara died. That was crazy to see today. Because there's been so much going on in like the Beetlejuice franchise, and then with Macaulay Culkin sort of like making a big public comeback, and him and her doing a couple of like public things together, and this just the stuff with like the movie stuff with Jenna Ortega and Winona Ryder now getting back up. It just seems like there was a lot going on around her, and that just sucks because she was only 71. That's younger than my dad. So I don't know if it was natural. I don't know if it was natural or if it was like medical, something like that. That's what a lot of people on Twitter are saying. I love John Candy. Uncle Buck's probably one of my favorite movies with Macaulay Culkin in that one. Yeah, that's really sad. And you know what's crazy? And I'm not afraid to admit that I can be stupid sometimes. as obsessed as you guys know that I am with Nightmare Before Christmas, I'm never really somebody who gets into like the actors of the characters. I don't really give a shit about that. I just care about the character, the story. That's all I care about. So while I know that it's like a Tim Burton film and I can like quote every word of that movie, y'all know I didn't know that she voiced Sally until today. I did not know that Catherine O'Hara voiced Sally on Nightmare Before Christmas until today. Ariel too, she was like, what? I was like, yeah, I didn't know, bro. I had no idea. Yeah, I loved her too. She was a great actress. She's been in a lot of stuff that I've really enjoyed watching. I'll say that. She's been in a lot of stuff I really enjoyed watching. I will say Schitt's Creek was funny. That's another thing people are saying. They're feeling really bad for Eugene Levy today because not only did he like play with her in that, but they've been close for like ever. Yes, John Candy's been dead for a super long time. Super long time. But they were apparently like close before he died. There's a bunch of pictures of them from like back in the early 90s going around. Late 80s, early 90s going around. Robin Williams really effed me up. Him and Chester from Linkin Park. Yeah, crazy stuff. Twitter's just been all over the place today. Twitter has been all over the place today. I'll say that. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started with this man over here. Now, I listened to this when Connor was premiering it while I was like cleaning up my room, so I didn't get to hear like all of it besides like there was just a lot of muted parts. So what I really want to hear is more of the time that he spent around that area and how many other times he claims that he goes back. He does mention a pickup at 1119, which just so happens to be the house that we're looking at in the 1112 camera, but it's at like the 3 o'clock-ish hour or so, something like that. So I want to try to keep tab of like the timestamps and stuff that he says. So you're going to see me writing. Hopefully my pen doesn't give out this time. Okay, so we're going to get started. Oh, really? I guess that's why people are saying that. I knew they were close, but I didn't know that she was in his documentary. Yeah, John Candy was a funny one. Okay. You ready, guys? Let's go. Okay, so we're starting recording here with Mr. At 11:18:22 on 11:18:22 at 5:33 p.m. I want to know how to operate this or not, dude.
I asked you.
It should be. Oh, and I don't know who the hyena dude is in this shit. Someone, when they laugh, sounds like a weird little hyena, and you just hear. I don't know who it is. Just it's there. It's there a lot.
Red button somewhere. Okay. Okay, Idaho State Police Elimination Interview Statement. Purpose. The purpose of the elimination interview is to remove a subject from being considered a person of interest in a criminal investigation. This is accomplished through several means. Primarily, a person is eliminated due to providing a confirmable alibi. Secondarily, a person is eliminated through their cooperation with investigators. A person of interest. Person of interest is a subject that is considered a person of interest is based on their relationship to a victim and or their proximity in time and space to the occurrence of a crime. The reason for the elimination interview is also important in that it prevents the waste of time and resources by law enforcement. If we are investigating innocent persons, we are wasting time. What we are asking you for, in addition to answering questions in a detailed, truthful, and sometimes lengthy manner, your cooperation with an elimination interview may also include submitting your electronic devices for forensic examination, as well as allowing consent to search of your vehicle and or residence. A DNA sample may also be requested. These requests may seem intrusive. They are, and we apologize for having to ask for this level of cooperation. However, in serious criminal cases where the identities of the perpetrator or perpetrators may not be known, it is necessary to our success in bringing justice and closure in these cases. Your consent. I don't know. This is the first time we've heard them give a speech like that, but I guess it's because they're calling it very specifically a person of interest elimination interview. Now I see people asking, is he the Sobro driver? No, he's not part of the school. This is Eric Gower,
This is the guy that took Maddie and Kaylee and the other girl to the corner club and then picked them up from the grub truck and then brought Kaylee and Maddie home. He's the one who drives the dark blue Prius that you see right here.
You must understand that you are not required to consent to participating in this elimination interview. You are here of your own free will and because of your desire to assist law enforcement in solving this crime. You, of course, may choose to terminate your consent and end this process at any time and leave. Got all that?
Yep.
Okay. Are you willing to cooperate and provide that sort of cooperation with us today?
Yes.
Okay. First things first, I've got somebody across the hall.
Yes. Like he was a little bit hesitant. I mean, obviously he's doing it, but it's just interesting the way he answered it.
All that can download your phone. Are you okay with that?
Yep.
Okay.
We have another form.
You heard the laugh, bro? I'll go. I don't know who the freak this person is. It might be. I think it's Roger Lanier. I just don't know if he's there. I have heard that this is not true. Now, we haven't seen anything and we won't know anything for probably like a super long time in getting records. So this is just what I have heard. Okay. From what I'm understanding, both Bethany and Dylan had lawyers before the 911 call was made. And from people that are telling me things, and again, you cannot just like quote this and say, oh, this is gospel, this is concrete. This is what I'm telling you that I have heard. Okay. The calls between Bethany and her parents and the messages between Dylan and her father are about just that. Them having full knowledge about what's going on and doing what they need to do to protect themselves before doing what they did, which is call Emily and then the cops come. That's my understanding from what I've been told. The people that told me this haven't been wrong yet. I've told you guys lots of things that I've heard that happen to be true. A couple months later, we get the documentation. So that's just what I've heard so far. And with the way that Dylan's instant answers are, no, I don't know. Well, oh, no, I don't know. Well, yeah, but, and then she changes it. Like she instantly has an answer. And then she almost as instantly as she pushes that initial answer out, she's backtracking and changing it to like a complete 180 answer. It's really weird, but you can tell that it's a self-preservation tactic. And someone told her to just play stupid. Someone told her to play dumb.
Download your phone. Are you okay with that?
Yep.
Okay.
We have another form.
Nah. I wouldn't be dating a guy who laughed like that. I'm sorry. I couldn't look at you serious. I couldn't. There's just no way. I can't. That sound happens quite a bit throughout this whole thing. It's just too much. It's too much.
Yep. Is the person across the hall Moscow PD?
No,
State?
FBI.
It's FBI.
Oh, okay.
Why does it matter? I mean, I guess maybe I would have asked that same question possibly. But it's just interesting that that's like a focus. Who's the person across the hall that's about to take my phone? What entity is it? How worried do I need to be? Maybe. I just feel like there's more. I don't know. I don't think he has anything to do with the murders. I don't. I mean, look at him. Seriously. I just don't feel like he's being honest about his relationships, shall I say, with the people of 1122.
Mobile device.
Do you have a password or security code on your device?
Yes.
What is it?
Can
you spell that for me?
Oh, so his passcode to his phone is a word. Okay.
Yep. That is a long password.
Yeah. Well, I just use my face most of the time.
Oh, his face.
Okay.
He uses face recognition instead of a password.
Okay, if you could print.
Bro, they got some
on
weird
this line,
noises
you
coming
could
from
print
these
and
cops.
sign your name. And then also your consent can be withdrawn. So if you change your mind that you don't want to do that in 10 minutes, we can go undo it because you have the right to remove consent at any time.
Okay. And then sign next to it.
Yes, please.
So 11, 18.
5:37 p.m.
So he must have like had to give over his car like then and there,
Yeah,
and
I
not
just-
been able to leave with it after this
Can I sign
interview.
as a witness?
I will. I'll sign.
Okay.
I know.
If I can have your phone, I'll give it to them.
They're half broken.
Been busy.
Not really.
This side stopped, but it's fine because my replacements came in today. I just haven't bothered to unbox them yet.
I'm on.
Been busy.
Not really. I'm on.
Oh, okay.
So he asked him if he'd been busy, and he said, "No, not really. I'm on redacted." Why are you redacting the name, the whatever he's calling whatever he's doing to not be working? Because you don't get like grievance leave on Uber and Lyft. You either work or you don't. There's no schedule for that kind of thing. So why would they be redacting whatever he's doing to not be busy? Because it sounds like he'd be like, "Oh, I'm on paternity leave. I'm on vacation." Like, why are they blocking that word out? That's kind of stupid.
Been busy.
Not really. I'm on.
Oh, okay.
Why not just say that?
Okay. Well, congratulations.
Thanks. That's been.
Well, effort.
See, it's like paternity leave, blah, blah, blah. You don't, maybe for the university? Doesn't he also work for the university? So maybe that's why he's trying to say I'm on some sort of like parental leave or something. But you don't get that with Uber and Lyft. So it's just weird to me that he said it. But okay.
Learning
It's
curve
not a
for
big deal.
sure.
Oh, I
But
bet.
sleepless nights.
Oh gosh, that's what they say. Everybody can't.
For the first little while, yeah. Maybe administrative, yeah.
No sleep at all.
Yes.
Some companies have paternity leave.
Oh gosh.
Some do. Some countries mandatorily give both mom and dad like maternity and paternity leave 6 months to a year. A lot of countries have that like mandated into their laws. Yeah.
Okay, next, DNA. Are you willing to give us a sample of your DNA?
Yep.
Okay. Could you label the outside of
Yeah.
that?
Gloves.
Gloves.
Yeah, it is cool. That's cool. Oh, that's awesome. That's not bad though. I had to use my PTO for mine. We didn't have it at my company. I had to use my vacation, the rest of my sick leave, and then I had to go back to work 2 weeks after. We didn't have that. And I worked for a medical administrative company.
Yeah, you just pop the top off. I hate putting the boxes together. That was what killed me.
That's crazy. This is a mix, I guess, a little bit. So it's Idaho State Police, but an FBI agent is also like across the hall. And I swear that sounds like Roger Lanier from MPD. So I think it's like all three are sort of involved.
Is that what you said? Okay, sorry.
No worries.
Been long days.
Oh, I get it.
And your date of birth?
Okay.
19.
So I'm going to take both of these and hold them like this side by side. Okay. And I'm going to rub the inside of one of your cheeks and then the inside of the other one.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Just takes a few seconds.
Good.
Oh, I see stuff. Okay, hold on. Welcome. This is not my name. 88. Oh my God. And you have Jack and Sally. And we were just talking about freaking Jack and Sally. That is crazy. And 88. That's my birth year. You're right where you belong, broskies. Welcome, Kimmy. Thank you for the $9.99, Crystal. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 2, Layla. I appreciate that. Welcome, Vanessa. Welcome, Trixie. Oh, thank you for the 5, Rosie. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
More enjoyable than a COVID test, that's for sure.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, the
When
swab
the nurse
test.
stuck that thing up my nose, I grabbed it and it hurt.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay. And then last but not least, and I know this is kind of intrusive, but it is what it is. We'd like to examine you from the waist up without your shirt on. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay if I take a picture?
Yep.
Can you raise your arms up above your head?
You can hear
And
this,
then behind?
the camera.
Excellent. That's it.
Could you just real quick take your watch off?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm just going to look. Do it. Okay, try to look. I'm just going to look. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay, so let's start.
Let's do a background real quick. We'll do it like, I call them bios. A little bit about your history. Where are you from? Basically, you live here in Idaho. You live here in Moscow. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And were you born here?
No, I was born in,
Okay.
and then moved out here.
Okay.
And all that. Came to.
What were you studying in school?
Oh, excuse me.
Uber and
I do drive for Uber. Yeah.
That was muted, so I'm skipping over it.
Salary. Yeah. Well, yeah.
yeah, I got it.
Kind of.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Okay. So your other job is an Uber driver?
Yeah, I do drive for Uber and Lyft on the weekends.
Uber
typically.
and Lyft.
Mhm.
They're
Yeah,
two
so they
separate
got stickers on it.
companies.
Yep.
So tell me a little bit, because
Mhm.
I don't know this stuff. So Uber and Lyft. Tell me about Uber. What do you do? How do you become an Uber driver?
You fill out an application online. You submit like your driver's license, consent to a background check.
We know. And I saw you're yelling about the car color. It's listed as blue in the ISP reports.
All of
Dark
that, and then you send it with you're approved on that front. Then you send them your car registration and proof of insurance, and then you get approved. They send you a sticker, and then you can drive. And same for Lyft. The only difference is with Uber, I had to take the car into a mechanic and get it certified, or get it inspected.
For insurance reasons.
So I just had to get it inspected for them, I guess, but I didn't have to do that
Secondary.
for Lyft. Lyft just asked me, is your car in good working condition? Yes or no? Yes.
What kind of car?
2011 gray Toyota Prius, license plate.
Ooh, he says it's gray. This is not gray. They have it listed as blue.
And so through Uber, that's the vehicle you use for Uber. You can't have another car and use that.
You can if you sign them
If
both.
it's registered.
They both have to go through registration in your name, proof of insurance in your name, and the inspection on Uber's side or whatever. I used to do it in my pickup as well. It's lapsed. You have to be within 15 years of the current date. So my pickup is 2006, so it lapsed a while ago, and it's also diesel, so not super fuel efficient.
Okay, yeah, that's true. So the vehicle cannot be any older than 15 years from the date that you're registering it to use for Uber and Lyft. Okay.
So yeah, I've been driving. I started driving the Prius I bought it in 2019, October of 2019, and I was Ubering and I think Lyfting. Both started in 2019, and then I think I switched to pretty much only the Prius in January of 2020.
And so how do you advertise? Do they advertise for you? You advertise.
They don't do anything.
Is this guy going to pretend like he doesn't know how this works? I mean, I understand trying to play stupid so that somebody that you're like interrogating or interviewing gives more detail than one probably would if you had a little bit of knowledge. I just feel like in 2022, it was already common knowledge how these apps worked, that you were just a third. How do I put it? You're just like a chauffeur for your own vehicle that's being used as a third party with an app. There is no advertising. The person has an app on their phone and they need a ride. And if you're in the area, you get a ping and you either decline or accept. So it's just weird to me that he's asking that. But then again, I guess, they're trying to get him to give as much details as possible, but to sound like you don't know how things work when it's something simple like that, like everyone should know the basics for that by 2022. The playing stupid thing is just going to be annoying to me.
You just pay them to have the name.
Yeah, basically access to the platform, and then people here.
That's what's going to bother me.
And get connected. They just request a ride, and then I get the ride request, and I hit accept. Yeah, I'll come get you. Okay. And then you don't see who you're picking up till you get there. You don't see where they're going until they get in the car, and you slide it to like start the ride. And yeah,
you don't see who you're. What? That's not true. I guess it depends on what app he's talking about, because for Lyft, I've been using rideshare a lot since like whatever Father's Day month is. You guys, most of you guys that have been here know that. There are two people here locally that will grab the ride if they see that it's me because they know me from taking me to places. A chick and a dude, two different people. And they straight up tell me, I saw that it was you. I knew I needed to get this one so I could come tell you hi, that kind of thing. So they can tell who it is. They can see the name. They can see the picture. That's why you have pictures on those apps. You can see who it is. So that's weird. Because I've experienced the opposite by being told so by drivers. I'm trying to figure out which app they're on. Actually, I think they're both on Lyft. I think her and him are both on Lyft. And both of them had told me, I saw that it was you and I was close by, so I snatched it up. It's interesting. I mean, did that change from 2022? I feel like it's like safe to know like who you're going to be picking up so that the right person comes to your vehicle. Like, isn't that like the whole point of you having their picture of their car and their license plate and them having a picture of you and your name so that they know that like the person walking up to their vehicle is the right human that they're supposed to be picking up? I feel like he's bullshit right there.
The university partnered with Uber last year. The university partnered with Lyft this year. They'll say they give you the sticker that put on the windshield. Doesn't show up super well though. So like I bought like an Amazon little light thing that just goes in there. It says Uber, Lyft. It just lights up to kind of be more seen or whatever. But yeah, they don't do any real advertising. Most nights I'm the only driver in town. So
that's what I don't know.
It's not like a taxi cab. Guys standing on the corner waving at you, right?
Correct. Yeah.
You have to go through the app.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How come you're the only driver in town? I think that would be a pretty...
That's what the university keeps saying too with their partnerships. Like last year, they offered everyone 2 free rides a day. And at that time, it was even a Pullman. You get paid the same as a driver. And they thought students were going to line up. They did a big push on the campus with students to use Uber, drive for Uber, everything. We had a couple more last year. It's pretty much me and this other guy. And I haven't heard from her since like March. There's a few randoms every once in a while. And then this year, there's been a couple others every once in a great while, but not really consistent.
Do they lose like interest? You don't know why they.
Yeah, I know she was in like a or something like that, and was kind of concerned when gas prices started going up. And then she had a big problem with like, oh, these kids aren't tipping. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so I'm gonna play this back about 30-40 seconds. I want you to tell me by how he's being vague and they're blocking out things, but we know that Molly can't get a real job for some reason. So she does 12 to 18-hour shifts with DoorDash. The person that he's describing sounds like an older woman because of how he's saying, oh, these kids don't tip, these kids don't tip. Talking about being worried about the gas mileage. We know she drives an SUV. And then just some of the other things he says, I'm really wondering if Molly tried to be an Uber or a Lyft driver, driver, and it just didn't work out. But I also find it strange that in a college town, he would be the only driver. Do you know how much like no sense that makes? I live in a town that's very small, and there's a college a few minutes away. And I'm also in between two bigger cities. At any given time, it can be 3:30 in the morning. There's Uber drivers. There's Lyft drivers. I open the map. It tells me the little bitty white cars on the location around me that tells me, how in the frick are you going to sit there and try to tell me that there's no other drivers in this entire area? How does that make any sense? These college kids would be like scooping that shit up so quick to make some money, given how easy and convenient it is to just do it on your own time. The only one in a college town? That makes no sense. That makes no sense.
He keeps saying too with their partnerships, like last year they offered everyone 2 free rides a day, and at that time it was even to Pullman. You get paid the same as a driver, and they thought students were going to line up. They did a big push on the campus with students to use Uber, drive for Uber, everything. We had a couple more last year. It's pretty much me and this other guy, and I haven't heard from her since like March. There's a few randoms every once in a while, and then this year there's been a couple others every once in a great while, but not really consistent.
Do they lose like interest? You don't know why they.
Yeah, I know. She was in like a year or something like that, and was kind of concerned when gas prices started going up, and then she had a big problem with like, oh, these kids aren't tipping. These kids aren't tipping. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I get tipped on every ride, so I think that's a you problem. But like she like got like light up tip box and everything, and yeah. And then some of the kids were telling me she like was having surgery. Some told me her car broke down, and I haven't reached out to her.
So it's customer based.
See, it might not be Molly, but the constant things, the complaining, the gas mileage, the no tips because you suck at what you're doing. Doesn't that sound like Molly with her taking forever to do anything ass? It just does, okay? It just does.
If you have repeats.
Yeah.
You repeat. Other people get you. Yeah. All right. So you give them your phone number.
If they ask. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like, hey, you want my number? I don't do the business cards or anything like that. Some of them, they ask if they can get my number, especially going to Pullman. It's considered a separate region. So I can't do pickups through the apps in Pullman. So if I take people over there, they're like, hey, how do we get back? Like, well, they have their own drivers. I don't know if they work, when they're working, whatever. And so a lot of times through that, people are like, well, can I just get your number and give you a text or give you a call if I can't get a ride back? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I don't want to leave anyone stranded.
So that's interesting. So once you cross the state line, it's considered a separate region, even though they're 10 minutes away. So him as a driver, 10 minutes away in Moscow, wouldn't get an alert that he needed to pick somebody up in Pullman, but someone in Moscow can order DoorDash from Pullman, and a Moscow driver gets sent over to Pullman? What? What? That's some crackhead shit if that's how that works. That's wild. Okay.
And yeah.
Is that kosher with Uber, or does that violate Uber's policies?
That is not
airplane
kosher
bottles.
with Uber.
Yeah.
Once the ride's over, you're not supposed to like have contact with the passenger again. Like even just trying to get the names for the people I Ubered at like 3 a.m. or lifted at like 3 a.m. from King Street. They're like, nope, we don't release passenger information. The law enforcement will have to contact us and do a formal subpoena and all of that. Even though like I get their first name as part of the ride, but that's it. But then being the only driver.
So you tried to call Uber and try to provide that information to law enforcement.
No. See, that's where a lot of confusion came from, because there was an older man who brought himself out onto, I think it was Dago's channel, and he was telling everybody that he was the driver and that he had been doing this for a while since his daughter died in a drunk driving accident. So he did it for free on the weekend so that other people didn't lose their kid the same way he lost his. He had a whole story, and he was a liar. A damn old liar.
I tried because Blaker had asked me, like, can you drop anyone off there after that time or whatever? And I was like,
and I know that it doesn't make any sense. I know several people in 2026 that use Uber or Lyft services to go back and forth between the Texas and Louisiana state line. I know that for a fact. I know people that take Lyfts and Ubers from Denton, Texas, up to the damn WinStar Casino up in Oklahoma, across that state line, and they get drivers to come back and pick them up that are coming back from Texas to cross over the Oklahoma line to go and get them. This shit don't make no sense. I'm not even a driver, and I'm like, this is not the experiences that I've been being told about my entire life. He just sounds like he's. Maybe things are different in Washington. I don't know. I can't act like I know everything because I don't know everything, but I just know how the things have worked down here in the South. And the app should work the same no matter where. 10 minutes away. Oh, that don't make no sense.
I don't think so. I was trying to go through my rides. I didn't have any like
That
drop-offs,
part.
but I did have
This is
a
true.
pickup at 1119 King Street. So like around the corner, taking, I think, a guy and a gal or a guy and two gals. I can't remember from there to.
If I wanted to right now, I could order food from a place over an hour away and just pay an additional $4.99 for it being further. And it's literally like the place that I was looking at for some crawfish earlier. Don't even think I'm playing. I will pay prime fees to get crawfish delivered to my damn house when it's in season. And the place that I was looking at was 50 minutes away, and it was only going to cost me another $4.99. Not 50-minute wait, a 50-minute drive. So yes, you can get it from all over the place as long as you pay the fee.
To campus at like 3:06, I think is when the ride request came in. And so through that, I was trying to just find like a first name, and I messaged them, and then they sent me to some specialized team once I told them like this is for this investigation and everything. And they're like, oh, they're gonna have to contact us. I'm like, okay, well, how do they do that? Like, what's a good contact for? This chat has ended. We're like, send a message if you want to continue chatting. Copy and pasted it again. Same messages. Never heard anything.
And that was Lyft?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are they headquartered at?
So
Domestic
he was
specialized
working both apps that night. Did we ever find out when he clocked off of Lyft? Because we know that he said that he clocked off of Uber at 1:15. But then I do remember him saying something about coming back on around 3.
Once I told them like this is for this investigation and everything, and they're like, oh, they're gonna have to contact us. I'm like, okay, well, how do they do that? Like, what's a good contact for? This chat has ended. We're like, send a message if you want to continue chatting. Copy and pasted it again. Same messages. Never heard anything.
Automated, yeah, I can't stand
And
that
that was
shit.
Lyft?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always
Where are
automated.
they
It takes
headquartered at? Do you know where?
California.
an act of
Both
Congress
them
to get a
are
live
California
agent.
companies.
Well, since you hit it, let's, or you got to that point.
Well, let's talk about your personal life, your family life. Let's see.
Oh no. Now see, now it's going to be quiet for a minute.
Personal life.
I think.
Go forward.
How long have you lived there?
3 years, I think. I think we moved in there.
Apartment, house?
House. I think we moved in like right here. No.
Oh yeah. He's the one who said he got Taco Bell afterwards, huh? I don't remember hearing anything about that in the first interview. Thank you for the reminder. More silence. Let me go through it.
Download it on your phone on a track.
Okay, here it is. Hey. He doesn't mention it at all in this one? Oh my God.
Uber bases this on a tracking in your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So you have to have your phone on all the time.
Yep.
And it's an app that they downloaded or you downloaded on your phone?
Both me and the passenger have Uber. I have Uber driver.
Okay.
Uber.
Yeah, it's
Uber.
separate.
So the Uber driver thing, you have to have it on all the time.
Mhm.
You can't turn the phone off or just go, hey, I'm not interested today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can just turn off my rides, but I won't.
Okay.
I won't receive. I can.
Right.
I clock in whenever I want, and I clock out whenever I want.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I turn it on, then it's on.
Yeah, the Taco Bell thing. I'll look for it, see if I can pull up the article. He did an interview. I think it was back whenever Anjanette Levy did an interview with him. I know that here recently she's been asked, well, not recently, like just over the past like few months since like all this stuff started coming out, she's been asked to like answer some questions about the interview that she did with him, and she just like refuses to talk about it for some reason. But I know that there was something about Taco Bell and him having a receipt for Taco Bell and people wondering the legitimacy of it. So I'm surprised y'all are all telling me that he doesn't say it in here. Like I said, I was listening to it in passing, walking around doing stuff. So that's crazy. Let me see if I can find the original article where they talk about it real quick while this plays.
As far as I know, it's tracking me even if I'm not on a ride because it tracks your time, kind of like this truck drivers. You can only be on for so long. But like whenever I get a ride on Lyft, I shut off Uber until I'm free again, and then I turn both back on. Whenever I get a ride on one, I shut.
Is that true? Because Home Chick is saying that she goes and well, she's using DoorDash. I can't even like compare the two because they're different programs. So does anybody that's in here that drives for Uber or Lyft get told that you can't be logged in for X amount of hours? Because if you're not driving the whole time and you're just picking up shifts, like picking up rides and there's like time in between, that's kind of crazy that they can tell you, no, I'm sorry, you've been working for too long. We can't let you ride, like take any more rides. Never heard of that before.
The other off till I'm free again.
I got you. Okay. And then the compensation is based on mileage and time of the ride?
It's mileage. You get a base rate of like $2.30 something, I think. And then you get a mileage per mile and a per minute cost or fee or, whatever. I think it's like $1 something a minute, $1 something a mile. And then they were doing a fuel boost thing. So I got like an extra 54 cents a ride or something. But that was like, it didn't matter if I was going across town or to Spokane. It was 54 cents. So
interesting.
So would you say, obviously you're still doing it. Would you say it's profitable to you? You're making money, right? It's not a drain.
No.
Okay. But you do make money.
You say 12.
Would you say that you make good money? Would you describe it as fair money? What would you describe it as?
Yeah. For a side gig, the only real profitable nights to do it are Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights.
Halt.
When everyone's
Found it. Okay. And of course it's a Daily Mail article. That's the only thing I could find this quickly typing this in. But we also have where Law and Crime interviewed somebody, tried to say that the rideshare driver who brought Kaylee and Maddie home that night lived 1,200 feet away from Bryan Kohberger. And that story, I think we talked about this a while back. I know Evile CJ, I think, is that how you say it? Eville. I don't know if it's spelled like that and you're supposed to say evil or if it's actually Evile. That's just how I've been saying it. Okay, CJ went through all this stuff a long time ago trying to decipher like what was going on. And I remember looking at his videos and doing my own, trying to piece it together because we had all these up and down stories. And I remember this being one of them because we also heard that the rideshare driver had like a list of like 10 or so vehicles, like license plates that he had written down. And one of them, he swears, even though there's no proof of any of this, was Kohberger's, and that he had turned it in like on December 10th or some shit like that. That's how I remembered reading it. But I just found, let me show you all this article where it's talking about Taco Bell, because it says it right here. He went to talk about dropping off the girls. He said swiftly eliminated from inquiries, having provided officers with a wealth of digital data and a timed receipt from the Taco Bell, which he went to after dropping the girls back home. So y'all are saying that in this whole freaking interview, he don't talk about Taco Bell? That's crazy. I'm going to take a screenshot of this right here, and then I'm going to FOIA Taco Bell receipt for Eric Gower and see if they give it to me. That's the only thing that I can do at this point is ask them if they have it. They're going to just probably lie to me anyway because they've been pulling some bullshit like since the beginning of time. But what else am I supposed to do? I was just about to say that. Whenever he was talking about it being like 54 cents or some shit. Like he can go to Spokane and he can go to like what other place that he just said in Washington, but it's like a problem for Pullman. That doesn't make any sense. It's even freaking farther. Right? I want the drive-through I want the footage from Jack in the Crack. I want the footage from Jack in the Box that shows Molly going in and out, getting the orders, whatever time she got there to actually pick up the double dash that ended up being partly for Xana's order. And hopefully it'll show the friend that's in this parking lot. Because I bet you anything, it shows her going up to his vehicle or him or whoever it is. It's going to show them interacting with each other before she takes off with the food. And that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see.
Going out and about. Yeah, for a side gig, it's pretty good money. Like I think last weekend I made, added it up. I think it was like.
And they blocked out how much money he made being a driver. Like, why? Oh, yeah? See, I'll just talk while this is playing because it's muted. I need to get a hold of a human over there that can give me like some real for real information. I'm still trying to get a hold of somebody that can give me a list of their automated responses.
You do that too.
I haven't gotten a response from messaging them on like 3 different social medias. And then I sent a message via like a customer service email, just telling them I was really looking for like this very specific information, putting my phone number on there, everything. I haven't heard anything back. I just don't know how to get through to a manager or a supervisor that's going to understand what I'm asking because of, the language barriers you constantly have now whenever you call any customer service line for literally anything from DoorDash to your insurance company. So, I don't know if I want to argue with someone that hard. I want to get straight to the damn IT team who's going to be able to tell me if these certain messages about having trouble finding it, are you having trouble finding it with that verbiage, if those are hard coded into the system. And it's going to have to be somebody in that department, somebody that can actually give me proof of that. Because I know they have them in there. They have a list of things that were approved to go out. That's what I'm looking for still.
No, I don't do food. I started off on DoorDash and it was before COVID, so it wasn't super profitable. I'd do like 6 hours for like $50. And so I just kind of got burned on it. I thought about kicking it back on a little bit here and there, but I don't like doing food. You got to go to the restaurant, get it. You got to take it. Your car smells weird. You got to go find whatever random hole in the wall apartment they live in and either give it to them or take a picture of it outside their door. And it was a lot more effort versus like people, they find me, they put themselves in the car. They usually don't smell bad. And then I take them wherever. If the address is wrong or the pin's wrong, they can direct me. They get out, they take themselves wherever. I just drive away.
I bet you'd get some super drunk people getting in the car, especially this college town.
I've had a lot of very drunk people, and they usually end up puking in the car.
Well, that's not good.
No.
I'm waiting for him to restate what he said about cleaning out the car after
So when
Maddie
they
got
puke in
food
the car,
in the back.
you got to clean it before. Part of the rules. Do you keep a cleaning kit in your trunk?
Yeah, I'll have like a bottle of Lysol, spray foam stuffing, some wipes. Usually I'll go hit the car wash or something, and the one here is kind of ghetto, but if I'm up in like Coeur d'Alene or something, they have some nicer ones that have like a foam brush thing. I started carrying puke bags, that has kind of curbed that at least a little bit.
He does have cleaning stuff in his
If
trunk.
they make it in that, they don't get it in like if I have to touch it, then I charge them for it. If it's on the outside, just tip me the $10 and I'll go to the car wash. Like if I don't have to touch it, I don't really care. But if it's in the inside, then I'll charge them.
Yeah. So how's it work if they're one of them that has your number and they call you? Then do you still go through Uber and Lyft, or you just do it off the books?
Just off the books.
And they pay you just cash?
Cash or Venmo.
Venmo, we saw a lot of.
How do you arrive at how much you're going to charge them?
I just charge a flat rate, usually of $5 a ride in town and $20 if they're going over to Moscow or to Pullman, because I usually get $3 to maybe $5, $6 on an in-town ride. Those are usually pretty rare. It's usually like $3 and change. But then it charges them like 10 to 12. So it makes me a couple bucks more, and then it saves them a couple bucks. And then Pullman is like $30, $35 for them. And then I get 17 to 22 somewhere in there.
To drive 10 miles.
So you've
not
driven
even
as far
10
as
miles.
up to Coeur d'Alene?
Driven people from here to Spokane. And then I'll drive around up there.
How about Lewiston? You go down to Lewiston, Clarkston and stuff?
Yeah, it's pretty rare, but
That's
people
far
go
too.
down to the casino outside of Lewiston. Last weekend, I had a couple guys picked them up at John's Alley, and the only hotel that they could find in town for the week was in Clarkston at the Holiday Inn there by Costco. And so I had to take them all the way down there.
Costco. Yeah,
That's
he
got to
drives
eat
in
up
all
your
those areas.
time on your ride back.
It does. It gets me about $60 though. So in the grand scheme, like a Pullman ride puts me out for 45 minutes or so by the time I pick them up, get over there, drop them off, get back over, and it's only $20. So going down there, it's about double that, but about triple the money. So
If you don't mind.
I don't mind. Yeah, I'll go wherever anyone's willing to pay. So
Okay.
No problems though, no robberies. You haven't been.
Why not just
No
get a
drugs together
regular
anyway.
ass job? Why not just get a regular ass job? You're making $2 something an hour and like a little bit of mileage on this. Like, unless you're getting paid like mad cash from these college kids, you're not making the kind of money that would keep me running around with puke car. And like whatever he does at the college is not enough, honestly. I mean, obviously, for paying the bills and sustaining his life, or he wouldn't be out here doing this. Why wouldn't he just go get a better job? If you are capable of getting a job, because you're not like Molly with a horrible background from all the arrests and shit that she's been with, why not just go get another job? The wear and tear on your vehicle for this kind of thing, if it's not necessary, like if you have the means to get another job where your car is literally only started on your way to work and then started again whenever you drive home and you don't have to kill it every day, take that. Because at the end of everything, your car is going to give up a hell of a lot faster. You're going to pay more maintenance fees for mechanical issues than anybody else that you know. And for $2 something? There's got to be another reason why he's driving.
Yeah.
nope. Had a couple of sketchy ones up in Spokane, but they were just sketchy people. They were fine behavior-wise towards me. They just try not to drive over there just because it is a rougher crowd.
Okay. Where does your family live?
This is where my mom and basically dad live.
I don't know how long this mute goes. Wow, this one's long. I'm
Dial
hitting the
AR-15.
30-second
Knife is-
button. Okay, I think this is it.
Do you know what a K-bar knife is? Have you seen? Describe to me what a K-bar is.
So if what if Eric Gower is Papa Roger? I'm just kidding. We already know who Papa Rogers is. But this is crazy that they're just like straight up. So do you know what a K-bar is? 4 days after the murders, when they're not supposed to even like be telling anybody any information. Like you're giving him info that he is now going to take and go tell to everybody that gets in his damn car. Bro, they asked me about a K-bar knife. Why are they asking me that? Is he how the rumors went all stupid? We haven't heard them ask that specific thing to anyone else. I feel like they probably shouldn't have asked him that way. But maybe they have to. I don't know.
K-bar, that's like the bayonet style that goes on like over the end of like an A2 style AR-15, correct?
Yeah, they have like a brown leather handle.
How did he just describe that thing?
K-bar, that's like the bayonet style that goes on like over the end of like an A2 style AR-15, correct?
Yeah, they have like a brown hand.
Now look. Now look. That part. I know that when I am thinking about a K-bar knife, I'm not thinking about the fact that it attaches to the top of a gun. That's not the first thought that comes to mind when I think of a K-bar. Weird. That's not the first thing that I would think of. It's really just not. Thank you for the $4.99, GoBot. Thank you. Welcome, Midwife Bets. Hey, buddy. Thanks for the $4.99. Access to that. Yeah, probably. I mean, we've talked about this a million times. I know that's what I mean. Like, I don't think that he was involved in the murders themselves, but I know that he's like I can't say I know. He's not being honest about his relationship with these people. He's just not. There's too much weird shit here. There's too much weird shit here. I think that there's something else going on with his connection to these girls. These girls. Yeah, yeah. Actually, where's Chris back at? Where's he? Where did he go? Is this how you would describe a K-bar, Chris? If somebody asks you, so describe a K-bar to me. Is that how you, being like the gun guy that you are, would describe a K-bar? About how it goes on a certain like gun weapon? Because that's crazy to me. Let's listen to that again.
Bayonet, like the handle on like over the end of like an.
What a K-bar knife is?
Mhm.
Have you seen? Describe to me what a K-bar is.
K-bar, that's like the bayonet style that goes on like over the end of like an A2 style AR-15, correct?
Yeah, they have like a brown leather handle.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I was thinking of just like a composite handle. But yeah, I've seen them on like Forged in Fire and stuff like that.
Yeah, usually like a brown leather scabbard, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Do you own one of those?
I own a like bayonet like style with like the ring hook. Buddy gave it to me, but it's like a black composite handle.
Is it for your AR rifle?
He gave it to me.
And he has one. We're going to have to listen to that whole part all over again because now I'm just like, what is he describing? Okay, I'm about to look this up. A K-bar bayonet. It knows what I'm asking for, and it's not showing it to me. It's just showing me the K-bar itself. I want to see it actually put together. Why are you not showing me this? I've literally typed in AR-15 with K-bar. Like, actually, literally. And I'm not seeing where it's showing me one with it attached to it. Oh, well, that's weird. There's a pistol one, and that's not a K-bar. Well, I guess they're telling me that it is. Oh. Let me show y'all what this looks like. So you can't really see like the whole thing right here. Machete bayonet. But then they have like this right here. But I literally have AR-15 with K-bar typed in the way that that was written. Oh. There it is. This is a K-bar on an AR-15 specifically. That's my point right there. Oh, y'all are still talking about Papa Rogers. Okay, so what ended up being found out with Papa Rogers, it's been a while. Filtered Unlucky. He did a video after they did a lot of research and dug down into a lot of things, including public records. And they found that the Papa Rogers account would comment on certain things in a certain town. I don't want to say the town because I don't want to say it wrong. I have a video, and Unfiltered Lucky has a video. Like, they found the information, and then I came out and did a reaction video to what they found after I dug into the stuff myself. What they found is that it was a female that was commenting on certain things when it came to the artist that actually created the Papa Roger photo, because the Papa Roger photo, yeah, it does resemble Kohberger to a certain extent once you like put the side profiles together and you look at them and you see the nose and all the other things. But this piece of art was created like a super, super long time ago and was found on a website. And there's like an artist's name connected to it that also has something to do with the person that they ended up finding, this female that they ended up finding. And she was really upset about something that was going on in the ISD system in her town that she lived in. And that's how she ended up getting like basically found. Like her name and everything is in this video because they were able to go and find records where they had gotten like a speeding ticket or something like that, like in this same area on this ISD post that they were talking about on Facebook. And I guess they just didn't realize that people are going to be able to see other things besides the Facebook group stuff that they were talking in. And that's basically the conclusion that I've come to, that they've come to, that the majority of people that have looked at the information have come to, that this was a female. I want to say Illinois. That sounds like that's accurate. There's been so much information on the case itself that stuff like this just gets pushed back and sort of like blurred a little bit. But there's videos out there. Filtered Unlucky is where I would send you directly instead of my reaction video. I'd go to his video and watch the whole thing. It's been a few months now. And I remember this is where I got really upset because even after the state, the prosecution, all kinds of people came out and were like, Kohberger's not Papa Rogers. There's no connection there. It's not him. There were still a lot of really big channels that I used to have a lot of faith in coming out and pushing the Papa Roger thing, even though there was no proof of that. It had been proven by the state that it wasn't him. No, it just wasn't. And again, all the paper trails for that specific account that was very public and then made a new one after they got kicked out and all the other things, all traced back to somebody who was posting comments about something in their local area, and a traffic ticket was found with that person's name in that local court system, and that pretty much put it all together. So Papa Rogers is a female. And we kind of also knew that because there was a portion of time before the arrest, after the arrest, but before we knew any further information, where they had changed something and it said changed her profile picture or changed her date of birth or something on it changed. And I know that doesn't really matter. You can say whatever pronouns you want to on these websites. They don't validate shit, but it said changed her thing. I know it was that's why another reason I was like, damn. Yes. Unfiltered Lucky. And me and my buddy were just talking about him earlier too. I felt like it was weird. Felt like it felt backwards. Yeah, Unfiltered Lucky. I would go watch his video because he has yeah. He has all the information on there. But yes, I know, isn't that crazy? But he has the website. Like Lucky has the website. That's what I'm going to call him from now on. Lucky has the website where that piece of art actually came from. It says where it's originated from, that it was actually created with like AI, like way before any of this happened. It's an AI created piece of art. And what they've basically concluded is that the person, like the woman who is the character took a picture of themselves and like used AI and did a bunch of stuff to it. Is basically the rundown for that. Just go watch the video. I might be getting some of that stuff wrong, but he found all of this stuff. He found the original website where the art piece came from. And I know again that it's really crazy that it has a very similar look to Bryan Kohberger, but it was created before any of this stuff happened. That's why it's so crazy. That's just another one of them crazy ass things. Another one of those really crazy ass things. So many sidetracks in this case. It's everywhere. But yeah, his first reaction being, oh, you connect that to a gun is weird. I'll just say that again. That's weird. Okay.
Over the end of
what a K-bar knife is. Mm-hmm. Have you describe to me what a K-bar is.
K-bar, that's like the bayonet style that goes on like over the end of like an A2 style AR-15, correct?
It's so weird.
Yeah, they have like a brown leather handle.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I was thinking of just like a composite handle. But yeah, I've seen them on like Forged and Fire and stuff like that.
Yeah, usually like brown leather scabbard, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Do you own one of those?
I own a like bayonet like style with like the ring hook. Buddy gave it to me, but it's like a black composite handle.
Is it for your AR rifle?
He gave it to me. I don't have the style that it'll fit on, but I was trying to find like a lug to attach it to one just because I thought it'd be kind of cool. But
So he has one.
I haven't been able to find a lug that you can just buy to just attach that without the whole gas block system.
Did they ask him
Okay.
if he has a sheath?
I don't have any other more background stuff. Do you want to start with?
They didn't even ask him.
Sure. So let's go
They didn't even bother asking him if the K-bar that he was gifted had a sheath with it or not. That's interesting.
with that night. All right. When did you what was the first ride that you, I'm talking about the night, the 13th.
Okay, yeah.
So when did you get on duty? Let's call it that. When did you log on?
I would say all my records are on my phone. I don't have the greatest memory, but I worked the night before till about 3, 4 in the morning, something like that. I was going to try and start driving around 10 because it was WSU's game.
10 at night?
In the morning.
In the morning. Okay.
And I was going to start.
So Saturday the 12th is the day we're talking about.
Yeah.
Then you drove.
Yep.
Okay.
So Friday the 11th. Sorry, I wolfed down a piece of pizza because I hadn't eaten all day. But I got your call. It's not sitting very well. So yeah, I'd been up till 3 or 4 in the morning on Friday night, Saturday morning, however you want to think of it, driving, and then went to bed, and then I wanted to start driving around 10. Ended up not waking up till 10, so I probably didn't start driving until 10:30, 11ish or so. Tried to catch a few rides over to Pullman for their game because it was like $20 or so. And I ended up not getting any rides over there. I got one ride from.
Thank you for the $2, but you didn't have to pay me to see that. I would have eventually seen it. Okay. Papa Rogers was a Chinese woman, and the picture is of actor Peter Cushing. That's what it was? Peter Cushing. I know that I know that they said that it was AI. I don't remember Peter Cushing being talked about. Let me see. Oh. I guess that would make a little bit of sense. I see it. I see it. So Papa Rogers was molded after this guy. I see it. Interesting. I guess I missed that part. I thought she had taken like a profile picture of herself and messed with it, but I guess this makes a lot more sense. Yeah, the nose, the profile. I see it. Yeah. I definitely see it. That makes sense. It's just crazy everything that went wild with that. He's got it in there. I did, like I said, I did a reaction video to it some months back, but he has all of that information in there. I'll try to find it and put a link in the description box while this plays.
LLCs, I think, some dorms on campus, living learning communities, to Les Schwab for a guy, his car or something. And I think that was my only ride of the afternoon, because then I shut the apps off around, I think like 1ish maybe, to make some lunch, make some food. And then I think I started driving again around 3 or 4. And then if I remember right, it was pretty steady after that till 3 or 4 Saturday night, Sunday morning, whenever it was that I got home.
Is that usually a standard block of time when it gets busy, or is it just because of the games?
The games, and it was WSU's Parents Weekend. It was U of I's senior night, last home game. So those days are more busy typically, but usually I don't start driving till like 7-ish, 8 o'clock, something like that at night. And then I'll drive till 2 or 3 in the morning, but usually by 3 it's pretty dead. Usually by 3 it's died off. And so especially if I start getting tired, my kind of just personal rule is I'll start driving home. If I make it home before I get a ride, then I'll shut off the apps.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're in bed 3:30.
Typically, yeah. I think that night,
Okay, I'll go back to that in a second. So this is the video right here. Here's the link for Lucky's video. And so that's the Papa Roger picture. Where the person was commenting was called the Carmel Clay Schools on Facebook. And they were commenting stuff about the ISD system. When are you going to let the community know about the impeding operating budget shortfall? The operating referendum will need to be increased pretty significantly under the Papa Roger account. And then he did some digging and found a ticket or something like that with the person Yezu's name on it in that town. And over here is where he tells you about the unknown soldier information and about how it actually has the same, like the artist who created it is the same name as the person in the Carmel school district commenting on the stuff. So they did all this stuff, put all this stuff together, tracked the movement of the Papa Roger account off of the groups so that they could try to find out exactly who the person was. And it all tracked to me whenever I went and looked at it. And they found all the names that linked up and everything. So I put the link for that in the chat so you guys can go watch that if y'all haven't watched that yet.
It was 4-ish maybe. I had that last ride there at 3:06. Ride off,
Go back a few
and then
seconds.
I'll drive till 2 or 3 in the morning. But usually by 3 it's pretty dead. I mean, usually by 3 it's died off, and so especially if I start getting tired, my kind of personal rule is I'll start driving home. If I make it home before I get a ride, then I'll shut off the apps.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're in bed 3:30.
Most typically, yeah. I think
Most
that
nights.
I think that night, I think it was 4-ish maybe. I had that last ride there at 3:06. I don't think I had a ride after that.
So he's
on the books,
saying
off the books regardless.
So he's saying that he was at 11:19 at 3:06. Okay, I'll have to go back and look.
But like we have ring cameras on both of our doors and on our driveway, so I can check that and tell you exactly what time I got home. But I somewhere around in there.
Okay. So
So you think that you got home on Sunday around 3, between 3 and 4?
Between 3 and 4, I would say probably closer to 3:34 or something like that, because I had that ride at 3:06, and it was just at campus. But as far as I remember, I just went home after that one, and then I didn't get another ride.
They must be asking him a question they don't want us to hear right here.
Okay. So I guess what we'll ask you to do is to log in. Do you pay the fee so it keeps the footage?
Yeah, we pay. It keeps the footage. I think I'm pretty sure we pay a fee for it. But yeah, I can go back in time and see all my history or whatever.
You pay a fee for your what?
So if you would.
Oh, for ring cam. Yeah, you
I
do.
don't know my login off the top of my head. I can try and figure it out when it gets back. But
No, if you would, can you just kind of draw a sketch of your house and the streets, and then where you park, and then where the camera is or cameras that you have, and what they show?
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I did not think about my paper right here.
Is he really? I recorded a couple of days ago the article, me reacting and reading the article that he just put out about there being a second perpetrator. I just haven't had the time to edit it yet because it's not as important as the Ethan and Xana deep dive or the coffee house debunk. And we're constantly trying to catch up on other things. So it's there. So did he write a second article now? And he's switching it from he was a big old incel to now he's got a girlfriend? Is that like the newest article for real? Unbelievable. I'm going to have to go in and see what the hell he's saying now. What a weirdo. Howard Bloom Blum, whatever, just can't get it together.
Looks like we have a front porch. So there's one right here on the front door.
Oh, well, yeah. We saw them shopping at Walmart together. Oh. Not interested. Not interested.
That sees the whole front yard and the front porch and everything. And then we have, dang, I must be set up. We have a garage right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I've said that for a long time.
It comes up like this. And so my pickup is parked on the far side. We have a little ghetto camper right here. And then pretty sure I parked right here, kind of in the last space that was available. And there's a ring camera on the front, like the peak of the garage, looking out at the vehicles and the roadway right here. And then we have a back porch. And then there's a ring camera right here on our back door.
Okay, so how many vehicles do you have?
Total, we have 3.
Can you just initial that for me? Okay, so I'm sorry. You have the and a pickup.
Mm-hmm.
What's the pickup?
A big old diesel.
This is the diesel that's lifted.
Yeah, it's not lifted anymore. I took the lift off.
When?
Trying to earn some brownie points with the wife.
By taking off your lift?
And then what's your wife drive?
She drives it.
And she had driven this vehicle up to her parents. So the 2 vehicles that you had access to were the
Job.
and those vehicles are both covered by this camera here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so after you're home,
And
if you had left again, we'd see that.
Yeah.
his wife was out of town the weekend of the crime, so keep that in mind.
It would trigger it. And then I'm pretty sure I have the garage one set up because it's on just a continual power supply. It takes pictures on so many increments.
So you don't have to have movement.
Correct. I'm pretty sure it's set up that way. That it takes. I don't remember what the increment is. I know the back door is not set up that way, but the front door is set up that way. But the back door, it's right by the front, right by the door. And like I tried to turn the sensitivity down because even like the squirrels were setting it off, and it still didn't work. So
This Ring brand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you can provide us with a recording of this. Is that correct? You know how to do that?
Yeah. You can export videos.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can export like the interval pictures. I've never tried. But yeah, it's all attached to the account.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about that night with your pickups here.
Mm-hmm.
What time did you first? Well, let's back up. What's your past relationship, for lack of a better word, with Kaylee and Maddie and anybody else associated with that residence?
Sorry. That residence is hard.
Well, that was a strange physical reaction to answering that question. Did he almost choke when he was asked anything else? I don't think so.
Anybody else associated with that residence?
Dude is dying right there, not knowing what to say.
That residence is hard because it's very popular. All of King Street is very popular over the years. And that one has a lot of
on
people
his own
that come through
bullshit,
it, especially like alumni that come back for like homecomings and just
listen to it again. He is no other question that he's been asked has he choked this hard.
Anybody else associated with that residence?
Sorry.
No, he's not.
That residence is hard because
he's not feeling ill. What he did was scarf down a whole piece of pizza as he got the phone call so that he could hurry up and eat and then get over there, is what he just said. That's why he has hiccups. But that's not going to make you cough. That was a reaction to, holy shit, how do I answer this question? That was so obvious.
Your past relationship, for lack of a better word, with Kaylee and Maddie and anybody else associated with that residence?
Sorry.
Come on, bro.
That residence is hard because
And then the
it's very
side.
popular. All of King Street is very popular over the years. And that one has a lot of people that have come through it, especially like alumni that come back for like homecomings and just come to visit. I had not gotten names and faces down for there. I would show up, pick up whoever. Kaylee is the one that usually texts me. But it took me quite a while to even figure out which one she was, because there's always a group there. You know, it's never just like usually one person. But even like when we got the Vandal alert, like something on King Street, I tried to text everyone I could remember that lived on King Street. And I never heard back from Kaylee, obviously, which makes sense now. But I also never heard back from, and I thought she lived there or one of the houses next door. And well, you know, it's not my business necessarily if she's okay, but I just thought it was kind of weird. I never heard back from her, but I thought maybe she lived there. But
who would that be? Okay, so there's a report. Is it the girl? Which report is this? Let me pull this up on my thing. I think I wrote it down on my thingy-mabobber. One of the girls that did an interview with ISP told them that she spoke to Eric Gower. Did I write it down? I might have read it and not wrote it down yet. Huh. No, I hadn't written it down here yet. But one of the girls does say that she spoke to him and that he told her that he did take Maddie and Kaylee home. It must be the girl that he's talking about. So I wonder if it's this girl. If it's this girl that he was hiding some sort of relationship with. Because he's sort of like stuttering around the reason why he messaged her. It's not my business if, she's safe or not. What? There's a lot of those ISP reports. There's a lot of stuff in those ISP reports that we definitely have to go back into, especially when it comes to Jack Showalter and the stuff that's being said about the way his relationship with Maddie is being described in one of the interviews that he later did is interesting. There's just so much we have to go back to. There's just so much.
Like, hey, can you give us a ride? Sometimes it comes through the app. Sometimes it comes through text messages. And I pull up and meet them wherever they told me to and give them a ride to wherever they told me to. Sorry, kind of forgot what your question was.
Well, how long have you...
So he mentions the girl he probably shouldn't be talking about, and he loses his train of thought.
But I pick them up. They text me like, hey, can you give us a ride? Sometimes it comes through the app. Sometimes it comes through text messages. And I pull up and meet them wherever they told me to and give them a ride to wherever they told me to. Sorry, kind of forgot what your question was.
Well, how long have you know Kaylee on a first name basis because you've given her, how many rides do you think you've given her?
My son. He doesn't know how to not run down the hallway.
10 to 15.
Since when?
I think I've been giving her a ride since maybe beginning of last year. I think we got connected during last school year.
Twitter, and I will say what I want to say.
But like, I'm on a first name basis, but I don't know her last name. At least I can't think of it off the top of my head. When they Venmo me, sometimes I'll see last names. But but like at least right now I can't even think what her last name was.
I don't remember who it was, but somebody did have a Venmo from Maddie to him. I just don't remember the date. Me too. I don't know why there's not. It's Eric Gower. It's like we don't know who he is. He did. He lied. We went through that interview. We recently rewatched that portion where Olivia is sitting in between him and Christy, and he's got that big black jacket on, and he's sitting in the back of the couch while Olivia is more like up in the front. And it's the interview that we went over where it looks like Olivia is watching behind her back for his disapproval for everything that she says, and he's correcting her words, and it's really forceful. The entire thing looks very forceful. It looks very uncomfortable. And in that, he literally says this dude is a family member. Home dude was a stranger. They did not know this man even existed until Olivia went through Kaylee's phone records and saw the text messages. And Steve straight up said, he helped us, as a family member. He's not your freaking family member. You don't even know the man. And they're putting all kinds of like kudos on him, and they don't even know him. I don't know why he did that. I don't know why he did that, family friend. Yeah, I don't know why he did that. This man was a stranger. So that was crazy.
Well, obviously in the news article. But yeah,
So of the four of them, which ones of them have you given rides to?
I know Kaylee and Maddie. I think they were usually together. A couple of blonde gals. I assume I've probably given the other two a ride, but I couldn't tell you for sure either way.
See, that's interesting too, because the Daily Mail article that we just went over, but we know Daily Mail is bullshit. But the one that we just opened to get some information about Taco Bell, in one of the like captions underneath the picture of Xana and Ethan, it said that he knew who they were. And then in this interview, it's saying that he didn't. I hate the Daily Mail so much.
I didn't recognize either of the names, but people aren't usually saying like, "Hey,
you don't recognize the mail in there."
See,
maybe I picked up a couple guys from there over the years, but they're usually with the group, and it's not like people are, "Hey, this is Ethan," or sometimes they're like, "Hey, you haven't met this is so and so," but I'm like, "Hey," but it happens a lot. So
there's pictures of him without facial hair.
here's pictures of him without facial hair. When did we ever see Gower with facial hair? Did he have facial hair at the time that this was happening? I don't even know what the hell that would look like. Listen to that again.
I'm like, "Hey," but it happens a lot. So
there's pictures of him without facial hair.
Did he have facial hair at the time this was going on? Hey, Willie. How very strange. Okay.
doesn't even look like the same guy. It looks like he's like 30. Maybe. I don't know.
All right.
At least, especially when the names came out, especially Xana. I didn't recognize that one at all.
He's showing him pictures of Ethan. You're right. He is. He's showing him pictures of Ethan and telling him, do you recognize this guy? Okay. Yeah, Ethan's baby face.
That's a pretty unique name, so I think I would probably remember it. But...
And you have driven Kaylee away from that location and back to that location on multiple.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
People associated with that house.
Okay.
I'm sure he drove her back and forth between the places in that house before she even moved in there because of Maddie.
A place where you're familiar with? Is there other houses in there that you go to? Kind of the same thing, other people?
Yeah, there's they call it King Cabin, but it's kind of the cabin-y looking house at the top of King Street. There's a two houses that are connected on kind of the right side, and this one's kind of on the left side. Those are probably like my most regular customers.
The house at the end of the street next to Jack's house.
Right up here.
This is King Cabin.
Yeah, so King Street.
Yeah.
So the two that are connected, that's probably where my most common or most.
Yeah, I think that's the house right next to Jack's at the end of the cul-de-sac.
I think. And
I wish they would show us the little drawings
they're
that they're
here.
using.
yeah, those are the ones I usually pick up. But all these, like the whites, is what they call these ones right here. A lot of rides out of there. Quite a few rides last year out of here.
You know him?
I don't think so. No.
Associated with this house?
Showing him pictures of other people.
There was a guy
A guy.
that got out here one night when I was Ubering Zoe, but I don't think she had facial hair.
Okay, Zoe is the name that I'm getting from multiple people about who might be the girl who was with Kaylee and Maddie when they left 1122 to go to the Corner Club. That's the main name that I'm getting. That one and one other name had about the same amount of comments when it came to trying to figure that out. But then Connor also sent me an email with some information that I haven't got the chance to look at all of it yet. But he said Zoe too. Last name W, starts with a W. I think it's in the thread of that community post. We were trying to figure that out. I think that's the girl who went with them to the Corner Club that day. I think.
I just know that that's Beta Theta Pi, mostly on I think this side, and then I think maybe Sigma Nu on this side.
Okay.
Ubered a guy that was a Sigma Nu the other day because he's cousins with a friend of mine.
Do you know what his name is?
I want to say it started with, but I don't remember. He's cousins with.
I'm pretty sure.
Who I went to high school with and was in with and everything. He's.
Okay.
And so you called these apartments here what?
The campus calls them the whites. Just
The
'cause
whites.
they're two giant white apartments, and so I get a lot of rides out of here.
Did you pick up Kaylee out of here last year?
I would believe so, but I
Don't remember.
yeah, I get a lot of rides kind of from all over, and then kids moving all over.
Yeah.
Unless in them, I see them almost every weekend. A few others, last year for about 3 years, I Ubered two gals about every weekend, and I knew where they went, typically where they were going, and that sort of thing. But some of these kind of peripheral people, then kind of kids started giving my number out to friends and everything, and so I'd be like, "Who's this again?" I had someone I think that night texting me. I have them on my phone, so I assume I've met them before, but I was like, I don't even remember if this is a guy or a gal. But they're friends of friends or something like that. They share my number around some.
So when you got home between 3:30 and 4, did you receive a call or a text asking to come pick somebody up to take them to go get food?
Not that night. I did get a text Thursday night, I think it was. Something like that. A gal had texted hey, can we get a ride to Grub Truck? And I got.
So he's not admitting that he got a text from Dylan. That's what they're asking about right now, and he's denying it.
Friends of friends or something like that. They share my number around some.
So when you got home between 3:30 and 4, did you receive a call or a text asking to come pick somebody up to take them to go get food?
Not that night. I did get a text.
So at this point, they know that at 2:10, Dylan texted this dude and asked if he was still driving, and that at 2:13 a.m. he responded, and he just denied 5 days later, remembering this text message exchange. Interesting.
Thursday night, I think it was. Something like that. A gal had texted hey, can we get a ride to Grub Truck? And I didn't see it for a couple minutes. I was like, oh, shoot, sorry, I just saw this. She's like, oh, it's okay, we're home now. And then was like, but if you wanted to bring us Grub Truck, I'll pay you anything. And then I tried to pull up the Grub Truck stream because I kind of want to Grub Truck myself, and it was off.
We gotta go to this place.
I know.
Well, they live stream everything, of course, and so it's kind of how I check to see if they're still open. And sometimes they close early on slower nights. I pulled up the stream and it was off, and so I just texted back. It looks like they're closed already. The stream's off.
But you think that was Thursday night?
I don't think it was Saturday night / Sunday morning. No, I think it was Thursday night, maybe Friday night, but I don't think it was Saturday night.
So I'm going to go back to these apartments. I've only driven up here a couple of times, so I'm not familiar. So we have the whites, and then up the hill is these two big multi-story apartments.
think
what
he
are those
did.
called?
At least when I was in school, we called.
Let me go back and see. I want to see exactly how he words that, because I don't think he said a time frame. I think he just asked him if anybody else asked him to go out and get food. He might have said something about after you got home at like 3:00 or something like that. I don't know. But still, like, this idiot knows damn well what he's being asked. He knows.
I have him on my phone, so I assume I've met them before, but I was like, I don't even remember if this is a guy or a gal. But they're friends of friends or something like that. They share my number around some.
So when you got home between 3:30 and 4, did you receive a call or a text asking to come pick somebody up to take them to go get food?
Not that night.
So yeah,
I did get a text.
But he still knows what the frick they're asking.
Thursday night, I think it was. Something like that. A gal had texted like, hey, can we get a ride to Grub Truck? And I didn't see it for a couple minutes. I was like, oh, so shoot, sorry, just saw it.
No. Because it's in the records. You can't say Dylan's lying about this one. It's in the court record that this happened. So at this point, this is him not telling us about what we already know actually happened. This is the one thing that I'll take up for that on, because it's in the phone records. So it's not a lie. He's just not remembering for some reason.
It's like, oh, it's okay, we're home now. And then was like, but if you wanted to bring us Grub Truck, I'll pay you anything. And then I tried to pull up the Grub Truck stream because I kind of want to Grub Truck myself, and it was off.
We gotta go to this place.
I know.
Well, like, they live stream everything, of course, and so it's kind of how I check to see if they're still open. And sometimes they close early on slower nights. I pulled up the stream and it was off, and so I just texted back, it looks like they're closed already. The stream's off.
But you think that was Thursday night?
I don't think it was Saturday night / Sunday morning. No, I think it was Thursday night, maybe Friday night. But I don't think it was Saturday night.
So I'm going to go back to these apartments. I've only driven up here a couple of times, so I'm not familiar. So we have the whites, and then up the hill is these two big multi-story apartments. What are those called?
At least when I was in school, we called them the Queens, because it's on Queen Street.
Do you get a lot of calls to go up there and pick up people?
Not really. It's pretty rare to go up there.
Are they associated with the school?
It's mostly students, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
but like, they're not university owned or anything. I'll get a ride once in a while up there. A buddy of mine's sister lived up there for a year. So her and her friends, I dropped them off once or twice, but it's pretty rare. Once in a while, I'll go do the loop just to turn around, depending on how many cars are parked right here. But usually, especially if I was dropping off this house, I was able to just turn and then back out and then go.
No one has any interviews from the FBI. There's ISP interviews and Moscow interviews, but the FBI themselves have not released anything.
Should we get into the specifics of that came up that night?
Yeah.
Okay, so what time about did you first hear from Kaylee or anybody associated with this house about coming and picking them up?
I think Kaylee texted me early. Like 2, 3, it seems like it was early afternoon, asking if I was working that night or that day. And I said I was, but I never heard back from her. And then I think it's like 10 something. It's when she texted and asked if I could give him a ride to the club.
Which club?
So she was making sure
Club.
he was riding around before they made plans.
Corner Club. And so I picked him up.
Is that a text or phone call?
Text. Picked him up, gave him a ride to the club.
Is he going to mention a third girl?
I think there was 3 of them.
Just
trying to remember when Officer Blaker was interviewing me. Because I think there was at least 2 in the back seat.
All females?
I think so, yes. Gave him a ride to the club, dropped him off.
Directly from there, directly to the club without any stops in between.
Correct.
Yeah.
So where is
and
this
that's
club?
something that really bothered me about that idiot coffee house crime when he's describing this stuff, because he's saying that like the girls went to all their usual spots before they ended up at the corner club. What are you freaking talking about, broski? They went from their freaking house to the damn bar, and then from the bar to the Grub Truck back to their house. They didn't go all over town and then land at the corner club. It's just one of the things that are just so freaking annoying about that video.
Where is the club?
It's right on the north end of Main Street, right before Han Rental. It's on like the one-way part of 95 before it merges at the next light to then have traffic going both ways.
Would you describe this area that we're talking about as the business district? Is it entertainment district?
I would describe it as Main Street.
Okay.
Pretty much everything entertainment business-wise is all on Main Street.
Okay.
The major road kind of makes a little horseshoe kind of thing. So each side of Main Street is one way. And it's right on the end, right before they kind of merge back together.
Okay.
How many times, if at all, how many times before had you taken Kaylee and Maddie or either one of them from their house to the corner club?
Probably several.
I'm sure so.
That's usually where everyone's going is the corner club. Occasionally I'll have rides to other places, but most people are going to the corner club. I mean, I think all of this in general is why I've gotten Kaylee and Maddie's names drilled down so hard. But before this, I didn't really they get in and I just knew it was a group. I'm like, hey, how's it going? I keep it pretty impersonal, or ask them like, yeah, how was the night? How was downtown? Head to the club, right?
Impersonal. You're sitting there telling me how your wife and your baby's out of town and how stressful it is being a father. That's not making it impersonal. That's telling them all your business. What do you mean?
Right, whatever.
God.
But I
Have you ever had a conversation with one or both or any of them, or overheard a conversation where they were, talking about something that was upsetting to them, their relationship or something that made them upset?
I don't think so. Blaker asked me the same kind of thing, like if they had said anything about that night or in general. I don't think so. I've definitely had some people like just bawling their eyes out in the seat next to me about their shitty friends or shitty significant other or whatever. But I don't, like, everything seemed normal. Like, I think if anything, like whenever anyone gets in the car, I'm like, hey, how's it going? And how's the day? How's the night? Whatever. Usually everyone says, oh, good. Oh, great. Whatever.
You're being personal.
Yeah. But I try and keep it, I don't, being the only Uber and Lyft driver, I do my very best to try not to be a creep, because if anyone gets that vibe, I'm going to quickly be out of a job.
Did he just say he tries his very best not to be a
Keep
creep?
it as driver I do. Usually everyone says, oh, good. Oh, great. Whatever.
You're being personal.
Yeah. But I try and keep it, I don't, being the only Uber and Lyft driver, I do my very best to try not to be a creep, because if anyone gets that vibe, I'm going to quickly be out of a job. So try my best to just keep it as professional or whatever as I can. But then, yeah, it's, how's the night going? Oh, good. Occasionally I've had someone say, oh, it's awful, but those are pretty rare. And so I usually remember those, like time this gal said, oh, it's shitty. And I was taking her to the ER. I was like, yeah, probably shitty.
I'm going to download the apps right now and put my address at King Road,
nothing
and
stood
I want
out.
to see it.
Everything
It tells me
seemed
how many
normal.
active drivers there are at this moment. I know it's been a few years, but
Could you tell if they'd been
I want to see.
drinking before they left to go to the club?
I would assume so, but most of the people I see are already a few in. So it's rare for me to see anyone sober to know for sure, like, oh, that's them sober versus, oh, this is them drunk. But they weren't like, slurring their words or falling down or anything like that.
So when you went and picked them up, you think there was possibly 3 girls. Do you remember what the conversation was on the way to the club that they were talking about?
I don't. I don't remember it being anything crazy. I think asked them how the week had been, if they went to the game. I think we probably talked about the football game and that it was a disappointing loss and all of that. But that's kind of the
About your wife being out of town?
Downside to it. Like, I had the same conversation pretty much all night. Like, same, oh, what'd you do today? You go to the game? Oh, yeah, it was, so distinguishing rides is hard. I don't remember anything standing out as far as like, them complaining about anything or upset about anything.
They weren't fighting amongst themselves or arguing amongst themselves.
No. If anything, on the way home, Maddie and Kaylee were bickering a little bit between themselves, mostly Kaylee towards Maddie.
So let's talk about that. So you
Why? Because of what she told Adam? That's the first time we've heard that. Every other time we've heard this man say anything about them two, they said that the conversations in the freaking car were normal, that there was no arguing or bickering. The only thing they mentioned was something about how Kaylee didn't want Maddie to eat all the damn pasta. This sounds different. Let's see what he says.
you drop them off the club, and then you go give a bunch more people rides. And then what happens vis-a-vis the two of them?
So I had a ride request at King Street from this. I think that was the address. That's where the pickup pin was, at least. And it said Kaylee on it. That's who I was looking for. And it was spelled the same way. But then it got canceled. The rider canceled it. And so right as I started to pull away, then I got a text from Kaylee asking if I could come get her and a friend from Grub Truck.
Interesting.
And so got down there, and it was Maddie.
About what time was that?
They texted me at 1:45, I believe. Got down there, I pulled in front of Grub Truck, and so I texted her like where I parked at, and you could probably see me, but again, everyone's drunk, so it's really hard to find the only car that's down there running. And so I parked in front of Grub Truck.
That laugh, bro.
Probably see me, but again, everyone's drunk, so it's really hard to find the only
There's
car that's
3
down there
cars
running.
actively Ubering right now. I put in the address for 1112 King Road, and I have it wanting to take me to Buffalo Wild Wings. Hold on, let me change something right here so that y'all don't see. Can I not change it to? No, I can't. Hold on. There's 3 cars right now in Moscow ready to pick me up and take my ass to Buffalo Wild Wings right now if I wanted them to. Three of them. And look, I have the address at 1112. 3 cars. All 3 are Eric, probably, right? Now I'm going to do it on Lyft. And I'm going to see how many it says for Lyft.
And so I park in front of
And
Grub
it's
Truck.
Friday
They got their
night,
mac and
remember that.
cheese, and they came up to the car from the back. Kaylee got in the front seat. Maddie got in the back. And they were splitting a mac and cheese, a carbonara mac, and kind of asking how the night was. I don't remember him saying like, awful or so-and-so or whatever. Or no, she said it was fine. And then she was on her phone. Kaylee was on her phone and pretty enthralled in that. And so I just was driving, had the radio on. And then she's like, hey, don't eat all the mac and cheese to Kaylee. Or Kaylee said that to Maddie. Maddie was sitting in the back seat. And she's like, what? She's like, don't eat all the mac and cheese. We're going to split that. And she's like, I'm not. She's like, I can hear your dirty little fingers in there eating it.
Okay,
she was eating the mac and cheese with her hands. And then like kind of bickered a little bit about that, but it wasn't anything even like remotely alarming. It was just a couple drunk people arguing over mac and cheese. But then dropped them off.
So right now there's 2 active drivers on
they got out.
Lyft.
You drove directly from Grub Truck to here.
Yep.
Didn't stop anywhere else.
One is
I took Main.
in Pullman, and the other one is in Moscow. So there's at least 5, unless one of them in Moscow is using both apps at the same time, which is possible. There's 5 drivers at this moment in time on a Friday night in that area on both apps. And that's not including the sober bros that are doing their thing tonight. And I know it's been 3 years, but he's acting like he's been the only Uber driver in that area forever. And it's just like so exhausting to be him. And okay.
Street south to 6th Street, I think. I turned right on 6th. And then at the next intersection there.
She got in the front with him. We see it on the camera. When he's picking them up from the grub truck, Maddie gets in the back and Kaylee gets in the front seat. We see it. We see it.
By Jimmy John's, turn left on.
Now, I don't know why you wouldn't just get in the back seat with your friend. Like, I understand in like the beginning when they get taken to the corner club because there's 3 of them. But if you don't have to sit in the front seat, why are you in the front seat? I never sit in the front seat. Even when I go to drop off my rental car, because Enterprise will like either pick you up or take you home or like do whatever. When I have them take me home, I'm still sitting in the back seat. I'm not doing that. No, the stranger.
Troy Highway, whatever that is. And then I think I took that all the way to Taylor by the A&W gas station, and then turned right on Taylor, and then drove right straight down here. Pulled in their driveway. Just it's easier to turn around that way.
Pulled
they
in
got
their
out.
driveway?
You came
Like
here,
in the parking
did this, drove here.
Turned in right here, yeah, into their driveway.
But this is this way.
Maddie was definitely more intoxicated, I felt like, than Kaylee. Kaylee was quieter, but Maddie was stumbling pretty hard.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of, everywhere as I'm backing out, kind of take my time, make sure they make it in okay. And so I backed out and they both went inside and everything seemed fine. And
You saw them go inside?
Mhm.
Saw the door shut behind them?
I know, I did not. I saw Kaylee go in, and then right as I was kind of turning up the road, then Maddie went in, and I was driving away. Then I didn't see the door physically shut. No.
How many cars would you say were in the driveway or the parking area in front? Would you say it's crowded?
It was a little bit. I think there was 4 in the physical driveway, and then there was 1 or 2 parked right here on the side of the road. Because I remember as I was backing out, making that corner was kind of tight. Have a whole lot of ground clearance in general, and there's kind of a curb that sticks out. But there was like a black SUV parked right here that kind of made it tight.
Well, the black SUV is inside of the parking lot when it's a crime scene. So is he saying that there were 2 cars parked outside of the parking lot, like actually like on the road in front? And that's where the black SUV was? Or is he talking about the black SUV that was actually in the parking area?
It was a little bit. I think there was 4 in the physical driveway, and then there was 1 or 2 parked right here on the side of the road.
4 in the physical driveway. Okay. Okay, let me get this picture up. Hold on. So Xana's blue little Honda, blue little car, the Range Rover, Maddie's little car, and then it would have been the Jeep. If the Jeep was there, because we still don't know. We don't know when the Jeep was brought there. We don't know if it was driven back after Hunga Dunga. If we don't know anything when it comes to the timeline for when that got there. I wish we could see physically like what he's pointing at.
Road, because I remember as I was backing out, making that corner was kind of tight. Have a whole lot of ground clearance in general, and there's kind of a curb that sticks out. But there was like a black SUV parked right here that kind of made it tight. And
were the lights on in the apartments?
I don't remember the whole thing lit up, but there was lights on inside. Yeah. Especially like that main door, because like when they opened the door, the light was on right there. I think there's a couple others inside it all.
How many cars did you estimate were parked there?
I think there was 4 in the physical driveway itself. I think there was 3, and then the 4th double parked right on the far side.
And that was a black SUV?
I think it was a black SUV.
Double parked on the far side.
Because like when they opened the door, the light was on right there. I think there's a couple others inside it all.
How many cars did you estimate were parked
inside?
there?
I think there was 4 in the physical driveway itself. I think there was 3, and then the 4th double parked right on the far side.
And that was a black SUV?
I think it was a black SUV, yes.
So it didn't look like there was a party going on in the place,
No.
but there were lights on.
Correct.
Do you remember if they were alive?
He's not mentioning the red Jeep, but the way that he's He's saying there's a black SUV there, but we know that the black SUV is parked behind the red Jeep, but he's not mentioning the red Jeep. But he's mentioning 4 vehicles and then this like black one double parked. So it sounds like he would be including the Jeep, but he's just not saying it. One more again.
Right on the far side.
And that was a black SUV.
I think it was a black SUV, yes. Or because like when they opened the door, the light was on right there. I think there's a couple others inside.
How many cars did you estimate were parked there?
I think there was 4 in the physical driveway itself. I think there was 3, and then the 4th double parked right on the far side.
And that was a black SUV.
I think it was a black.
So he's saying the black SUV is the 4th one. Because it would have been Xana's blue car, the Range Rover, Maddie's white car. So then that would have to mean, if he's accurate, because he pretends like he can't remember shit about shit. If that's accurate, then that would mean that somebody would have had to have moved the black SUV in order for the red Jeep to pull in, or it's a completely different black SUV and it left before the Jeep and the other black SUV got there. Okay.
Black SUV, yes.
So it didn't look like there was a party going on in the place,
No.
but there were lights on.
Correct.
Do you
Remember if they were lights on downstairs or the upper floors?
Right.
I don't. I know there's one on downstairs.
Right. There was 5 for like the crime scene thing, but he is only saying that there were 4 at the time that he got there, and we still don't have any. We have no timestamps for Xana and Ethan. And what we were told from Bethany's interview is that Ethan and a freshman came over to 1122 to take Xana, Bethany. No. Yeah. Xana, Bethany, and Dylan, right? Over to the party. Is that the way it went? Because I know in the report, Dylan says that she meets up with Maddie. And Maddie is walking back to 1122 and she's holding some White Claws. And this is as she's going back to get ready to leave with Kaylee to go to the Corner Club. So that would have had to have been right after 10 or right before 10 or just right around 10 p.m. So if Dylan, Bethany, and Xana were getting taken over to Sigma Chi for the party, Bethany said that the freshman walked Bethany, and I'm going to say Dylan because I think that's who it was that was with them for this, over to Sigma Chi, and that Xana and Ethan did not walk with them or go with them. They stayed behind for a few more minutes so that Bethany and them ended up getting to the party a few minutes before Xana and Ethan, but we don't know how long the gap is between that either. But at the time that Ethan would have been at the house to get Xana to go to Sigma Chi, then all those other people that were at the house, that dude that went over there with the girl that left with Kaylee and Maddie, like there had been other people in the house at that time before Ethan and Xana would have left for that night to go to the party. And like we don't know if he walked to go over there, like if they walked to go take them and then walk them back, if he drove the Jeep, parked it, and then they walked. Like we don't know any of the logistics of any of that. We don't know any when it comes to Ethan and Xana. We don't know any of it.
Because when they opened the door, like the light was on.
They don't have a porch light or a driveway light?
They do have one, I think, on the exterior of their house, but it's usually off whenever I drive up, because then especially like this house has some really steep stairs and they don't have one. So as I'm backing out, the headlights kind of give them a little bit of light. Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty sure they do have an exterior light. I don't remember it being on though. I remember thinking it was kind of dark.
Do you remember seeing a red Jeep Wrangler parked in the driveway?
I don't think so. I think
Could there have been one and you just don't remember it?
Yeah, very easily. I remember the black car, and then I think there was a silver car parked right here on the road, because those were the two I was kind of trying to maneuver around.
A black car and a silver car parked on the road?
Black car, and then I think there was a silver car parked right here on the road, because those were the two I was kind of trying to maneuver around. But yeah, I believe there was, and I believe there wasn't.
So that's cars. Let's talk about people. Was there anybody walking on the roads?
You would remember a
It
bright
was
red
pretty
Jeep,
quiet.
in my
It's
opinion.
kind of not unusual, but a little weird. But it's also getting pretty cold. We lost, so especially like on King Street, there's usually kind of a lot of traffic as people walk back over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are all off-campus apartments, especially big in the Greek communities. I don't remember seeing anyone as I pulled away, because Kaylee had said that she was eating mac and cheese in the backseat with her hands. That didn't sound super good. So as I pulled out, I parked right here on this corner for just a second.
Okay, which is the intersection of
King and Taylor.
Okay.
I just pulled off there just for a second, turned on my light. Sure enough, there was mac and cheese noodles and some breadcrumbs on my backseat. So I hopped out real quick and brushed those off.
No, you didn't.
I don't remember seeing
No,
anyone
you
walking
didn't.
in this area.
No, he didn't. There's no way. There's no time. Okay, so I took the videos from the Linda Lane camera that points down Taylor, the Banfield camera, the 1112 camera, and put them all together to show the freaking route that this asshole drove. And he did not stop. He's freaking lying. He is in the neighborhood for less than a minute, and you can see him like passing on Taylor. Then you can see him pass the guys on the Banfield. He turns into the neighborhood. He goes to the house. He leaves. You don't hear shit because we just don't hear shit. He goes to leave. He is at the stop sign as Peyton Rossi, who's bringing back Jack Decor and his other two roommates, is pulling in. He leaves. He puts his turn signal on to turn out of King Street back onto Taylor, and he instantly is seen in the Banfield. He doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. We did this video. That's interesting. The time that he drove, the time that you can see him on that last Linda Lane camera into Banfield, and then when he passes the Banfield guys again, and then he leaves, like it's the same amount of time. He didn't stop. He didn't stop.
There might have been someone along in here crossing or getting ready to cross to the Whites or one of these houses. Because whenever I'm driving,
there were cops?
Seems like there's always someone crossing this field, and they're just in all dark clothing, and then they just start walking out in the middle of the road.
The Banfield guys were being given tickets by the silver car guys, by the silver car cops. Is that not the same damn car? Hold on, guys. Let me rethink for a second. No, that's not the same timestamp. That's not the same timestamp. But it is Eric Gower's car. He doesn't stop, though. You know what? We're going to have to just watch it for a second. Where's that mashup? The very, very quick little video. Hold on, guys. It's a different time. Here it is. Okay. You can see Eric's car in the video from Banfield. It is a different time. It is a different time zone. Like it's a different time frame. But you can see his car. You can see his blue car, and you can see him dropping off people. Yeah, at the okay, so this is the time frame where he goes back to 11:19. So so it's not the time that he would have pulled over and done something with Maddie's trash on the back seat. I was mistaken on that. But you can see in this one, he's going to pass by. So this would be like the timestamp for him going back to. 11:19. So 3:06 must have been when he got the message or whatever to like show up. Because he's going to pass by in a second. How far does this go? Okay, yeah. It's about to show up right here. See? Now those are the guys that are walking behind it. So he's not going to even say anything about going back and seeing the cops outside. I don't want to see that one. I want to see the car pass. It's going to pass right here. I have it sped up. Yeah, this is his last drop. The 3 o'clock at 11:19 that he's talking about. He's going to pull in this way. You're going to see his lights. Okay, that was for that part. I want to see the car part. Okay, see, there he is. No, that's not him. Is that him? Yeah, this is his signature little thing he does where he backs up and waits. Because somebody was just said, did he notice this? Was the silver car that was parked outside the King Road, was it the cop car? See, there's Eric's car passing right there. And then there's his lights right there. Then he's going to turn in right here. So this was his last drop. This was his last ride to King. Okay. So now I want to find, where's the raw footage of him driving in? That's in the silent bullshit. Hold on. Because I want to see if we can see lights that show that he's actually stopped. Because I thought that maybe he stopped at the dumpster. Here it is. I thought maybe he stopped at the dumpsters. The dumpster right there by King. But it's obvious that he didn't. Okay, so this is going to show him about to pull in to take them home. Okay, and it's at normal speed. He's not a good friend of the family, though. They didn't even know he existed until after Kaylee died. Okay, so this is him coming in, apparently. This is what they're telling us. This is him coming in. So what we should hear in this, if there was sound, is his tires crunching on the rocks in the parking area because now he is pulled in. And then he's going to back out. So we should see some sort of reflection of headlights over here. He's only there for like less than a minute. And he's going to come out and come to right here. And then Peyton Rossi's vehicle is going to come in to drop off Jack. Jack and Kaylee got to home within a minute. See, here comes Peyton's car. And then look, there goes Eric's. So let's see if we can see anything over here on the road that says that he has stopped over here for a minute, because he should still be able to see some sort of light or something. Maybe. Okay, so he's got a turn signal on and it's gone. So we really can't tell if he stopped or not where he's saying he did, because the turn signal goes away like he leaves. See, that's the part that I was trying to look for too, but it's probably in that same stupid Taco Bell article from the Daily Mail. Because if you're scared, of getting robbed, you're not going to stop and like clean out your back seat. You know what I mean? I do remember that being something that he said. I'm trying to see if there's a light change right here, because we could see it with Molly's car. No, I don't see. They just sort of emerge. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Now he's at the end. Follows light. Yeah, unless he like turned more towards like the whites or went down Taylor and like stopped actually like on Taylor away from this area. Like there's no reflection of lights right there. I don't know. The whole thing about him stopping, I've just been curious about, because he made it sound as if he like took forever to clean out his car, but that's obviously not the case.
I did have a lot of rides there, so it's hard to keep them all straight. But I think there might have been a couple or something like right here getting ready to cross into the whites, or had just.
I just don't think. I don't know where he would have
When
possibly
you stopped your
stopped.
car here, did you
stop down here?
You stopped down here.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I
You
wish
got
we
out
could
of your
see
car
it.
to brush the macaroni and cheese out.
Yeah, I went ahead
So
and
this
turned.
this is what.
Taylor.
So you were King and Taylor.
Yeah, I just turned sharp, so I was kind of not in the middle of the intersection because that is a tight intersection. And I just parked kind of like right here by this bush and hopped out, brushed off the mac and cheese and bacon bits and whatever, and then hopped back in the car because I had a ride immediately after that I was heading to.
So let's go back to people. Was there anybody in the driveway of this house where Kaylee and
Not when I pulled up.
Yeah, I noticed that.
how did they pay you for that ride?
They actually never did. It's not unusual for any of the off the books works. I'll get Venmos the next day
Did he just say they never paid him for that ride?
using bacon bits and whatever, and then hop back in the car because I had a ride immediately
Yeah,
after
he
that
did.
I was heading to.
So let's go back to people. Was there anybody in the driveway of this house where Kaylee and
Not when I pulled up. No.
how did they pay you for that ride?
They actually never did. It's not unusual for any of the off the books works. I'll get Venmos the next day, just on Sunday, and my phone will just go off. Especially like there's always Venmo me on Sunday, so it's not uncommon at all. But they never paid me for either of those rides that night, so I never received anything from either of them.
So you picked them up from their house and took them to the club, and they didn't pay you for that, right?
Mm-hmm. Especially with the college kids, it's not unusual for them to like the next day they're sorted out and like, hey, you Venmo me $250, you Venmo me, and then they just send me one amount or whatever.
They didn't pay for the first ride either. See what I mean? Why are you out here driving these women around when you got a wife at home and a baby and you're not even actually charging them? Like, he's sitting here trying to like rationalize all this bullshit, but like, come on, dude. You're giving free rides to pretty girls for a reason. Like, miss me with the bullshit. Like, he's trying to come up with whatever he can to justify whatever the frick he's trying to say here. They didn't pay for either one of the rides. She checked with you at 2:00, 8 hours before she contacted you for a ride. Bro, I don't believe a damn thing you said.
I've never had anyone not pay me, so I've never really been worried about it.
So you've never had to text somebody and say, hey, you didn't pay me?
Nope.
Okay.
They always remember.
How does Uber deal with that? So this was off.
Uber doesn't do that.
Oh, okay.
You pay beforehand or you ain't getting picked up. It literally pre-charges your
Did you ever
card.
give rides to any of these people for free?
No.
Give me a second. I'm going to check on his phone.
Why are you lying?
There's always a understanding that they'll pay me.
Can you imagine doing 20 different rides during the night and getting paid $0 because you're a shill? That's crazy as hell.
Have you ever had an occasion to go into this house?
No.
Have you ever gone into any of the houses of people that you pick up?
No. Not through the
Which means yes, and they're muting his answer.
I had been in a couple of these houses, but through the rides and everything, no, I've never gone into anyone's house. Closest I came is this house was bringing in someone that was pretty drunk one night, and she dropped her phone. It was my regulars, and so I followed her up with the phone and gave her the phone and went inside.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
What else?
I can't think of anything right now. If we get a hold of you, would you? Okay. So I'm interested in the videos.
Mhm.
Obviously, we're going to either task you with that, or we'll ask we can do it. But we're interested in that video because obviously there's that.
Yeah.
Did you stop and talk to anybody else other than your passengers in your car? So did you pull up to get something to eat somewhere and talk to somebody? Did you pull into Starbucks to get something to drink?
Not after that. I stopped by some of the gas stations sometimes to get energy drinks and stuff like that. But at that point in the night, I was pretty much trying to kind of ease off the caffeine so I could actually go to sleep. I couldn't tell you when the last time I stopped was. It was probably at the Stinker station next to Tri-State on the Moscow Pullman Highway. I go there pretty frequently.
Taco Bell?
Sometimes I go to the A&W, but I don't think I even went there at all that night.
When do you eat?
I usually eat dinner around kind of a normal time, take a break, whatever.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Waiting for him to say Taco Bell, but apparently he doesn't. No Taco Bell. That's crazy.
Were Kaylee and Maddie, when you gave them, well, let me ask you this. The third girl with them, do you know who that was? Does the name ring a bell?
Maybe. It seems familiar with that house.
Okay, so he's saying he doesn't know. Well, he just said Zoe's name, which is the girl that seems to be the most common answer so far. Not concreted, but the most common answer when it comes to who it was. And now he's saying he doesn't even know who it was. So it must not have been Zoe. Oh my God, I'm so confused. Either that or he's, full of shit one more time because he done said the girl's name already. God, it's so hard. This is so difficult because you don't even know what you can really believe at all. Okay, let's just continue. I'm tired of thinking.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you what she looks like or if she was in the car.
Did you ask, did it come up why she wasn't with them when you picked them up at the grub truck?
No, I pick them up at the bars and I realize that someone's missing. Sometimes I'll ask them hey, where's your third or your fourth? But if I pick them up somewhere else, I just figure they're part of the company. They're with friends or whatever. So no, I didn't.
You giving a shit as location specific? That's interesting.
Just asked them about the third girl.
Oh, okay.
Didn't ask. Was it the state of inebriation that you observed them in at the end of the night? Was that pretty typical for Kaylee and Maddie?
I'd say it was typical in general. It wasn't excessive, I think that's one of the drunkest people I've ever had, or anything like that.
Just watching the video from the grub truck, it's obvious they've been drinking.
Yeah.
Kind of stumble around.
Maddie especially.
So I don't think I didn't have any thoughts of dang, they were hammered or anything like that. So I don't think that was untypical for them. But as far as that house, I think it's pretty normal. If anything, they're usually more kind of on the sober side. I can't remember. There's been some that have stumbled every once in a while, but for the most part, they got it pretty well together. Because especially in the winter and stuff like that, that house, that driveway gets super slick, and I've never had anyone take a spill or anything like that.
So I'm going to write down here.
Sure
Their state of
the
inebriation was pretty normal or standard.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah. Pretty standard.
So,
Sure.
do you know what these girls we're talking about, Kaylee and the other girl? Do you know what they're studying in school? Do you just talk about school at all?
Sometimes, if I ask someone about school, especially if someone I don't have all the time, I'll usually ask them, how much time do you have left? Stuff like that. If they're getting close to graduation, what do you have planned afterwards? I couldn't have told you what they were studying. The university even put it out, and I think one of them used to be in the College of Ed. But that didn't ring a bell, like as far as, oh yeah, I did know that or anything. So at least I didn't know it enough that it stuck. I'm sure they probably had told me at some point.
It's not one of the
Because when you're
conversations
driving
you have
these
with
girls
students.
around, you don't really give a
it-
shit what
it
they're
is
in school
usually
for. Let's be serious.
Talk about school, talk about,
Dude's
how,
bullshit.
get your test done,
Mhm.
how's the week been, excited for break, stuff like that. But as far as like content area, I'll ask it, but it doesn't really stick a whole lot.
And so
Okay.
I'm going to couch this with, would you describe this evening we're talking about late into the morning as mostly you were off the books?
No, most of them were on the books. I did have a few off. So the one I was going to, as soon as I dropped them off, that was off the books as well.
Okay.
And then after I dropped him off, I came home, and then I was home till I got that 3 o'clock ride. Went and gave that, and then I came home right after that. That was my last.
So a percentage of that day, or
He just said that he doesn't take any rides after he gets home. Now he's saying he went out and did the 3 o'clock ride after he'd already been home. So which is it? Okay.
night,
Mhm.
what percentage was on the books and what percentage was off the books? Is what I guess I'm asking.
Off the books, 5-10% probably.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
I had a couple, but for the most part, everything was through the apps.
I don't believe you.
I had a couple people that texted me, or at least one that texted me that had never heard from him. I asked if I was working. I was like, yeah, that's it.
That was Dylan. Did y'all hear what he just said? He literally just verbatim stated what Dylan asked him, but he's saying it's a dude. Listen.
Off the books, 5-10% probably.
Okay.
I had a couple, but for the most part, everything was through the apps.
Okay.
I had a couple people that texted me, or at least one that texted me that had never heard from him. I asked if I was working. I was like, yeah, that's it. But sometimes people just text me to see if I'm working to then know if they should just wait to order.
He just described the text he got from Dylan, but he's saying it's a dude. I got one that asked if I was out working, never heard from them again. He's saying it's a guy. It's Dylan.
5-10% probably.
Okay.
I had a couple, but for the most part, everything was through the apps.
Okay.
I had a couple people that texted me, or at least one that texted me that had never heard from him. I asked if I was working. I was like, yeah, that's it. But sometimes people just text me to see if I'm working to then know if they should just wait to order, right?
That was definitely him acknowledging the fact that he got the text message that we have seen that Dylan sent him, but he is saying that it came from a guy. But he's remembering that he never heard back from the person either, just like we heard. 2:10, she sends the message. 2:13, he responds, and then she just doesn't say anything else. Wow.
Through the apps, or if there's no drivers. So like if I go to Pullman, it shows that there's no one available until I get back. So sometimes people
So you're the guy.
Okay.
Well, I saw 6 other guys on the apps today. 5, thank you. So he ain't the guy. I wonder if he's still driving. I sure hope not.
When you heard this had happened, what did you think?
I was pretty shocked, but I was like, there's no way it's a student. It's either, it's an unconscious person. Figured maybe somebody drunk fell down this hill, or passed out in the cold. I mean, that's happened up here before, where drunk people have walked off and froze to death.
At what point
That's
did you
true.
think that's what it was?
When I first heard the police were responding to an unconscious person through the vandal alert, and it was on King Street, and so I texted 4 people that I thought all lived on King Street. Kaylee, and then I think it was the other one. And through them, one of them's like, yeah, it's, super scary, don't know what to do, whatever.
So, sorry, who did you text?
I think is how you say your last name.
What's your list?
Just give us
Okay.
the name.
And then
Just give us.
they both live right here.
Yeah, and she's a friend of Kaylee's, I think.
Mm-hmm. So when I texted her, I texted all of them at the same time, and then
Kaylee, and who else?
I think is the other person. I don't know her last name. I just know her as other. I have one that is kind of friends with everyone here, and
Other, meaning
girl.
somebody with a similar
one
name.
time,
Other girl.
yeah, they're like, can you go pick up other? And that's how they refer to her. I don't know what her last name is. But I texted all four of them. Replied back that something like, yeah, like super scary, don't know what to do, or something like that. And then texted back like, yeah, praying for Kaylee's house. And so that's how I figured out kind of what house it was at. And then I never heard back from Kaylee, obviously. I never heard back.
We had a case of a boy named Dylan Rounds. Dylan is definitely a unisex
When did you
name.
become aware that it was a quadruple homicide and that they'd been stabbed to death?
The quadruple homicide through the vandal alerts, the stabbing just whenever the press release went out, edged weapon. We're all kind of trying to hypothesize or whatever. So then when we said 4 dead, we're like kind of thinking, probably fentanyl. They probably doing some drugs or something. And
a lot of people thought
party
that.
drugs, whatever, and probably got fentanyl. And then heard through kind of the grapevine, people were thinking there was a lot of blood. And so then I was like, well, even King Street doesn't sound enough to sleep through 4 gunshots. Like there's no way that would go unnoticed. And so then I was thinking it's probably either stabbing or blunt force, and then found out edged weapon or edged like weapon, whatever was in the press release.
When did the vandal alert come out that 4 were dead?
I couldn't tell you. The first one I think got sent out at 1:05.
Same day though.
Yeah. They're all on my phone.
Yeah.
All the text messages the university sent
While
out.
everyone was still at the
So when
house.
you finally understood that 4 were dead and that they'd been murdered with a knife, what did you think?
Just doesn't happen in Moscow. This is just, first thought, kind of once I got past the shock of it. He gave it to me.
shit.
I don't have
I
this.
don't know where we were.
Yeah,
So I have to
fair.
find it in a second. I cannot believe he just said that. I cannot believe he just said nothing happens in Moscow. We can't get through a single interview without
Someone
hearing
was
that.
pretty drunk one night and she dropped her phone.
I'm trying to get back to where we were.
4 people that I thought all lived on King Street.
Okay. I can't believe he said that. We have literally not heard a single interview where they have not said that stupid shit. Oh my God, it gets on my nerves.
When did you become aware that it was a quadruple?
Sound enough to sleep through 4 guns.
What did you think?
Just doesn't happen in Moscow. This is just,
Do you think they
first
live in
thought,
Mr.
kinda
Rogers'
once I got
neighborhood? Like, what
past
the
the
frick?
shock of it when we found out male and females, kind of figured, especially grade levels, he was a freshman, and I think they were all juniors and seniors.
Well, he
Kinda
is a
figured
failed freshman,
He got the boot and then kind of flipped on him. But
but he was going to be
then
moving back in.
they're all the same
soon.
age levels and everything, and obviously the pictures and everything, it doesn't seem like that would probably be the way that would go. But no, it's just initial.
What did he just say? Pictures of what, sir? What do you? One more time.
Juniors and seniors, kind of figured he got the boot and then kind of flipped on him. But then they're all the same age levels and everything, and obviously the pictures and everything, it doesn't seem like that would probably be the way that would go. But no, it's just initial.
What pictures? Is he talking about pictures of everyone hanging out and being friendly and stuff? Because that's the only innocent answer to that. Pictures. He shouldn't have seen any pictures of anything else. It's just weird that he just said that.
Same age levels and everything, and obviously the pictures and everything, it doesn't seem like
I think he's talking
that would
about
probably
social
be
media.
the way that would go.
He has to be talking about their friendship, what it
but no,
looked
just
like.
initial, just shock of like this never happens. Like this is Moscow. Like every door on that side of town is probably unlocked. Like I remember when we were.
That's because their parents
We
don't
had a
teach
buddy
them
that went
better.
missing one night, and we were going through all of our friends' houses trying to find him, and it was like finals fest. So everyone was out of their houses, and every house that we went through on that street, the doors were unlocked, and we were just going in like, hey, are you here? You're here. Ended up he was in the drunk tank, but like it's a super safe town community. Like no one locks their doors, and so then to hear that something like this had happened was pretty.
Do you have any ideas of
That's
who might have
wild.
done this?
And only like, I mean, they're college students. They always seemed totally normal. It wasn't like they were, super mean or anything like that, or said anything about, making fun of people or anything like that. It's just normal people, like, especially there, like, it's not, I mean, probably a fair amount of party drugs and stuff like that. But nothing like hardcore or anything to be like violence over that. Not anything like it's not a violent town in general, especially like anywhere like that that's close to campus. Like there's partying for sure, but nothing violent. There's not even usually fights or anything. Usually if the cops go to anything, it's turned noise complaints and stuff, it seems like. So
So I'm somewhat familiar.
oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I mean, they party and everything, but the only like part of town that sketches me out at all is downtown. 109. There's not the most kosher people live there, and like there's a public bathroom down there. So every night, not every night, but when I'm driving, sometimes I'll slip through there to go just use the bathroom because just come home. And the last time I did that, I like walked in and there was I don't know how to say it without like profiling, but a crackhead at the sink, and I was like, well, I'm already committed. I was going to the bathroom, and he was sharpening a fillet knife at 2:30 in the morning in this bathroom.
And you just continue to go pee?
Like, it's kind of weird, but try not to profile this guy. Like,
When was this?
a couple months ago. Like, these
people are a special kind of freaking stupid. I'm sorry. You walk into a public restroom area and there's a crackhead at the sink sharpening a freaking fillet knife, and you just continue to go to the bathroom. Survival of a rock. Survival instincts of a freaking rock. Just a crackhead sharpening a knife. Looks safe enough to whip it out and pee right here in my most vulnerable state. What? Oh my god. Oh, this guy is not awesome.
crackheads, they kind of like very jumpy maneuvers, and he all of a sudden like bolted to the bathroom stall behind me to get like toilet paper or something to wipe off his knife, and I jumped really bad, and I felt kind of bad afterwards. Like, wait a second, this guy's sharpening a knife in a public bathroom downtown at 2:30 at night or 1:30 or whatever it was. But I mean, it was a while ago.
He felt bad because he jumped from getting scared about the crackhead sharpening a knife in the sink. What is happening? There's some special brainwashing that goes on in this town, bro. I swear to God. Oh my God.
Hang on. A couple of months ago. Where exactly?
The public restrooms.
That's my response. Hang on a second. Hold on. What the frick? The public restrooms means like the park area. Like normally in a nice park area, there's a brick or rock building that is built and it has water fountains on the outside, and then there's bathrooms on each other side. I've never lived in a town that had a big city park that didn't have a structure with a bathroom actually built that's not porta potties. That sounds like what he's talking about. Just all up in there with the crackheads. That's
toilet
crazy,
paper, something to
bro.
wipe off his knife, and
Wipe
I
off his
jumped really
knife.
bad. And I felt kind of bad afterwards. Like, wait a second, this guy's sharpening a knife in a public bathroom downtown at 2:30 at night or 1:30 or whatever it was. But I mean, it was a while ago.
Hang on.
And the
A
cops
couple
like,
of
hold
months
on,
ago.
bro.
Where exactly?
The public restrooms downtown. There's only one set of them.
Let me not judge the crackhead sharpening his knife.
Just off the
I know.
playground on what we call Friendship Square.
I love it. It's so stupid. Man. What kind of dumb shit? Yeah, because he's basically been asked, like, do you have any idea what could have happened? Any idea what might have actually happened here? What are your theories? And he's rambling on about all kinds of stuff in a crackhead. Like, what is happening?
What time of night?
It was late. It was towards the end of my night. So
Weekend?
probably. Yeah. Thursday, Friday, Saturday
For
night,
real?
1:30, 2:30, something like that.
Me too.
You started
Yeah,
to
the
say
face.
Swami?
Yeah, he's a thin
We need
build,
the video.
white guy, tattoos. He had like a white tank top on or something.
How tall?
Shorter than me, so not that tall, but
Hold on.
5'10"
Back up.
ish maybe.
Oh, the size
And
of the person that
just
Dylan
assumed he
saw?
came from across the street. 109. Excuse me.
What is 109?
I don't like
That's
this.
the address. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the street is. It's right there. It's like a low income, like housing development or housing.
Okay, I've got a laptop here I'm pulling up. It's got a map on it. So let's, here, I'll let you drive.
Is it the white Harlem that Molly was talking about?
Where are we? Oh, Gypsy Chopper.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
AW. Okay, Main Street. So right across the street from the old police department, 4th Street. Okay, it is 4th Street.
Sorry to get all never report.
These apartments right here. No, it says
This is
107.
crazy.
There's some apartments right here that are like.
Where's the bathroom at you're talking about?
Oh, sorry. So this is Friendship Square right here, and the bathrooms are this little building right here.
Yeah, he yawned.
So I would just pull in, go to the bathroom real quick, and then turn around and leave.
So what is it about 109 that says crackheads?
It's I don't know how to describe it. It's like as I understand it, there was this.
I'm going back. What is it about 109 that says crackhead? I like this cop. He's funny.
Bathroom at you're talking about?
Oh, sorry. So this is Friendship Square right
That's
here, and the
hilarious.
bathrooms are this little building right here. So I would just
This is
pull in,
lovely.
go to the bathroom real quick, and then turn around and leave.
So what is it about 109 that says crackheads?
It's I don't know how to describe it. It's like
109 crackheads.
there was as I understand it, there was this like mobile home park out of town a ways called Syringa.
This is
It went
hilarious.
up because they weren't maintaining it and everything. There's people squatting in it for forever, and they finally kicked out all the squatters. I guess a bunch of them moved into 109. High drug use, high like mental health issues.
A bad spot of
sort
town that the
kind of like
cops aren't taking care of.
undesirable kind of
Every area has it.
population frequents there and lives there, I guess. And like I've had passengers that have walked from campus. There's one that walks from campus sometimes to Anytime Fitness, which is clear the other's into Main Street. And she's made a comment of like, people start following her when she walks through there and stuff like that.
Remember, just a
It's
few
just
weeks
good
before
stuff.
this stuff happened, there was a guy in all black on like the bike path that had like taken a knife out on some people. He apparently ended up turning himself in and it had nothing to do with anything. That's what they try to tell us anyway. I don't know who it was. I never saw the police report. Did I FOIA that? I feel like if I would have seen the report because they've pretty much given me not everything I've asked for. I've put in a couple more FOIAs for a couple of things, very specific things. I don't think I've seen a report from that. But it's just they had like that other guy like a couple of weeks before this happened, dressed in all black with a knife, freaking people out. And now we got this guy sharpening one in a bathroom. Like, holy frick.
It's a rougher section of town.
How old of a guy?
Not like super old, but older than me, probably 30s maybe.
Remember what he was wearing?
I think a white tank top I think I could see like your shoulders, and then maybe a hat. It was a while ago. Just after that, I was
sharpening the fillet knife on.
he was fiddling with it. It looked like maybe he had like a little sharpening stone or something. I just remember thinking that was what he was doing. But
Was he at the sink?
Yeah, he was at the sink.
Can you describe the knife?
All this memory, bro, from weeks and weeks and months
or
before.
So, just a typical little thin blade fillet knife,
Like for fish?
Yeah, for fish.
Curved, pointy?
I think it was straight, but it had the kind of curve in at the hilt where it goes into like the thinner part of the blade. I think I remember seeing that, but he was like holding it like this. I just remember thinking it was a fillet knife.
Between you're
like,
showing it.
Yeah, he was like holding it and then like fiddling with it, and I just glanced at it and it's just like, oh, I should have turned around, and then trying to like kind of watch him out of the corner of my eye, do my thing as quick as I could and get out of there, and then. I haven't gone back to those since because I'm like, that was.
Do you ever see those kind of folks walking around town, or do they pretty much confine themselves to that area?
They pretty much stay downtown. There's one guy he's a pretty big guy, always in kind of like tan sweatshirt, sweatpants. His ass is always hanging out, long hair, big beard. He kind of moseys around downtown a fair amount.
Have you ever seen him walking over here?
Mm-hmm. I don't usually see anyone like that over there. It's usually all college students.
How are they doing on his phone?
Well, I want to go check again.
Okay.
They're doing the download as he's doing this interview. Yeah, he's remembering all that stuff from months before, but he's acting like he doesn't remember exactly who it was that was in the car or like all these other details about just a few days before this, and that's crap. He knew.
I think so. I mean,
he knew during the vandal alert or like right around the vandal alert around 1 p.m. the house, the address, and he knew, oh my God, I was just at that house. I was at that house twice yesterday. You can't tell me that he didn't start racking his brain then to try to like remember stuff. You would remember, especially if it was less than 24 hours before, less than 12 hours before you've now been told this information. You would start thinking and trying to remember, okay, what time did I go over there? What time did I hear from them again? Plus, he's had his phone this entire time up until he just now gave it over. So for him to just like pretend like he doesn't know certain things, but he can recall all that crackhead shit. No, bro, he's full of crap. He's full of it.
One thing I was kind of surprised, I guess, that didn't go over in the first interview was just that, like, where I went the rest of the night and everything. But yeah, I mean, nothing stood out from the night in general. Everyone kind of, when I asked them, oh, how's the night been? Everyone was like, oh, it's mid, or it's so-so. Like, there wasn't anyone who was, oh, tonight was amazing, or anything like that. But
how many rides do you think you gave after you dropped them off back at the house?
After I dropped them off, I think only the two. I had the one guy that I went to after I dropped them off, and then picked him up at John's Alley, and then he lives out on Indian Hills Drive. Dropped him off.
That was off the books.
Yeah, that was in my phone. His name is
Indian Hills.
Yeah, I think his name. I think, and then dropped him off at his house out on Indian Hill. I think it's Indian Hills Drive, and then drove home, and then left the apps on for a little bit. I played some video games or something, and then got that one other ride on Lyft, I think at 3:06. And then after them, I went home and didn't get another ride.
Where'd the Lyft ride go to?
The Lyft ride was that one from 119
to where?
To Delta Gamma, and it's right on campus. It's on Elm, and can I use this again?
I think I know where the DG house is.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, if you went to school here. Yeah, right down middle of Greek Row. They reversed the one-ways around a little bit, so pulled up between Pi Phi and Pi Kappa Phi, and then just turned right there at their anchor and stopped. And then I'm pretty sure it was two girls and a guy, because I think the two girls walked towards DG, and then he was walking towards Beta, because I was trying to see where everyone went as I was trying to pull away, and they were separating but still talking. He was kind of standing.
You didn't watch Kaylee and Maddie go all the way in the house, but you watched these people as you were pulling away? Selective.
and then back home.
Mhm.
What video games were you playing?
Played, we got the new Call of Duty. Pretty sure I was playing that.
Shoot 'em up.
Modern Warfare 2.
That's what I call those, the shoot 'em up games.
So phone's done.
Okay.
Here's consent form. Let me talk to you a couple of seconds real quick so we can organize something or not organize
There's only
something.
3 minutes left.
So we're leaving the room here real quick. We're still on video, so
Oh, I'm
Okay.
glad you could hear it.
you know.
The only thing I do is run it through my downloader like 2 or 3 times, and every time I put it in there, I just volume up to 100 so that it goes up a little bit louder each time. But I don't have any fancy stuff, so I'm surprised whenever y'all say that it's like you can hear it for the first time, because in other ones you can't hear it too much. Because I hear that a lot, like in a lot of the videos that I put out. But I'm telling you, I don't do nothing. I don't have no special nothing. It's just 100 to 200, 100 to 200, 100 to 200. That's all I got. But I'm glad it's easy to listen to. This should be almost finished here. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. They're inside of a building. I'm surprised I can hear a car. That's funny. As soon as I read clicking his pin, I heard a click.
Okay, so you know what? We're damn near done.
Okay.
The last thing that we're interested in, if you're willing to let us look inside of your car. Did you drive your Uber car?
I did.
Okay.
I was going to try and drive this weekend. I was going to drive last night. So I'm usually the only one.
So what we'd like to do is we don't want to draw attention to you,
Okay.
and there's media all around here.
Okay.
And if we look inside your car or search your car or anything here in the parking lot, they're going to take pictures of us doing that, and your car is going to be on the front page of every newspaper in the world tomorrow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we want to avoid that.
Okay.
So
Appreciate it.
what we'd like to do, if you're willing, is we'd like you to drive. Let's see, where are we?
To the city
We're
shop?
in here somewhere.
That's Palouse River Drive right there.
Yeah, so we're up here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'd like you to come down to Palouse River Drive
Mm.
and drive out here and drive in here. And this is an ITD yard. So
Okay.
just drive down to the ITD yard. We'll hop in an unmarked car.
Thank
We'll follow you down there. We'll pull your car inside of a bay in a building.
Okay.
And there won't be any press down there. So nobody's going to take pictures of anything. Nobody's going to think anything.
Right. I'm just trying, I had a friend I think that lived
You just won't
in this,
notice.
so I'm just trying to figure out where I need to turn here.
Well, I think you need to go past this
Yeah.
building and then you turn in here.
Okay. So if I get to the third one,
Yeah, just pull,
right after the
pull in here between the two buildings. I'm not sure where the bay is they have for us, but if you'll pull in there, we'll have somebody come with an alternate light source basically and just kind of look around.
Okay, well, that's what I
And-
was going to say with that. Like I had my dog in the car last weekend, so I did vacuum the car. Didn't wipe it down or anything, but I did vacuum it.
No, that's totally fine. Yeah, it's just
No, it's not totally fine.
Yeah. No, it's
When
okay.
did you have the dog, bro? Because this shit happened the early morning of the 13th on a Sunday. 13th is on a Sunday. Monday is the 14th. Tuesday is the 16th, which is the first press conference. Wednesday is the 17th. This is Thursday the 18th. You're talking about you had your dog in the car the weekend before this happened and you done vacuumed out the car. Really convenient.
yeah. Okay, I'm going to. We're going to do that, but we're all done here. So I'm going to terminate this interview at 7:13 p.m.
And that's it. It ends with the cop telling him it's perfectly okay that he vacuumed his car. What the frick? Unbelievable. Yeah, sure, it's fine. Sure, you vacuumed out all the evidence, but sure, it's fine. Your crackhead knife. Oh, God. That wasn't as horrible as I thought it was going to be. This guy is something else. This guy is something else. Vacuuming mac and cheese. Could you imagine the spread? This guy is wild. My camera keeps moving because everything is like touching my desk. I just realized that. It's probably been giving y'all motion sickness this whole time. Unbelievable. It's okay that you vacuumed the shit out of your car. See, didn't I tell y'all on the live? Didn't I tell y'all on the live? Those vacuum marks did not come from the damn cops. His freaking seats are full of vacuum marks. I'm gonna pull the pictures up. And I said, no, that's not from the cops collecting evidence. He didn't do that because there's still like crumbs and stuff. So that's gonna make that makes, honestly, man. Ugh. I still don't think this idiot had anything to do with the crime itself. I just don't see that. And again, I could be wrong, but that's not the reason why I don't like this fool. There's something else about this guy that I don't like it. But I told y'all when we were looking at these damn pictures, why is those seats so freshly done? And it doesn't make sense that he didn't vacuum everything because there's still food and crumbs in that car. But he looks like he just literally left the car wash and vacuumed those damn seats before he drove over there because the vacuum marks are fresh as shit. I'm trying to pull them up right now. Little baby has been asleep this whole time in that box. He ain't moved one time. These take forever to load. It's a good thing they're right there at the top. I cannot believe he vacuumed his car like that. That's crazy. Yeah, you need several things to get dog hair out of your car. I just don't understand. That's just crazy. Okay, hold on. See, they have it written down as a Ford Prius. That's why I said Ford the other day because I was reading the paper, but it's a Toyota. But they haven't listed in here as a freaking Ford. Okay, hold on. Let me pull this bigger. Okay. So there's the car. And then inside, where are we going? Come on. There's a lint roller right here. And see, we're already seeing the vacuum. The vacuum marks are like just on the seats. Like he didn't vacuum down here. Why wouldn't you vacuum down in here if you're worried about dog hair? See, that's a freshly vacuumed seat. And you can tell that he went to vacuum this one too, but then he's like sat in it. So it's got creases from him sitting in it. Look, he even vacuumed the back. He vacuumed all the doors. Like, I mean, I know you're supposed to keep your car clean because it's Uber, but it's just like, there's no way that he didn't know that the cops were going to want to look at his stuff. And now he's saying that he vacuumed it because of dog hair. Well, wouldn't he have vacuumed it unless he had the dog with him in the car on Sunday after the fact? That's the only way that would like work for that excuse. But like he vacuumed and left a whole bunch of black lint. This isn't stains. This is like hair. I know animal hair sticking to shit when I see it. That's what that is. See, he vacuumed it. We didn't clean none of the floorboards. There's still dirt on the back here. So it's totally okay that he just vacuumed the shit out of his car, but left crumbs everywhere. And nobody's questioning, like, why did you bother to vacuum then? I don't know. It's just kind of weird. And of course, we have BF's initials just right here randomly in the middle of nothing. It's a koozie. This clean freak stuff actually works pretty good. He sure has a lot of shit in here. Smirnoffs. I don't know what you need that in there for. The cooking utensils, too, is just wild to me. Like, I don't know why he's got a bunch of cooking utensils. Cleaning rag with, like, a hair on. Okay, yeah, the black beanie. Those are those whistle things for your front guard. People in the hill country put those on their vehicles a lot so that it makes a noise and so the deer don't jump out on the street in front of you. There's an airplane bottle. He has 2 glove compartments. Are you waking up? No. I mean, why vacuum it and then leave a bunch of trash in it? And then there's like still stuff on the seat. This is that black glove that we were looking at with the pink inside. And then it gets to the house. It's interesting. It's fine. It's totally fine that you vacuumed out your car before you brought it to us. It's okay. Just a lot. You know, the glove, the kitchen utensils. Weird. Super weird. But I guess that's it. I don't really know what we learned from this besides that he's being really dishonest and kind of like flaky about things. Deflecting a lot of answers for no reason. Not getting paid for either ride's interesting. And again, maybe he doesn't know Dylan enough. Because Dylan, if you get just like a text message from Dylan, you might instantly think that it's a dude if you don't know the person well enough. So maybe that would explain why he's saying that he thought it was a guy that asked him if he was out working, and he said yeah, and then he never heard back from him. Because it sounds like he'd been taking Maddie and Kaylee around for like a while, and we know that Dylan and Bethany just moved in there. So maybe he doesn't have a connection really to Dylan. And it's more Kaylee and this other girl, whoever this other girl is that he had a conversation with, that he messaged to check on, and that they had a conversation about who he drove. It's whoever this other girl is, and Kaylee, that he had the closest relationship with. So, obviously, not too unusual for him to think that Dylan might be a boy if he doesn't actually know her enough, or he's deflecting and lying because he doesn't want to be actually honest about the messages. But if he didn't go back over there and he didn't do anything, then there's no reason for him not to be honest about it. I don't know. I just wish that we would have better information for where he actually stopped and apparently cleaned out his vehicle. Because I don't see him stopping right there. Now, we can't see anything, but I still feel like we should be able to see some sort of reflection of lights or something like that, and we don't. But he could have he could have stopped further away from that corner where we just really don't see anything anymore because he turned too far out. I don't know. Yeah, it is interesting that everyone pretends to not know Kaylee But then we've like seen their interactions with her, which is weird. And the first one that was a really odd, like Jack Showalter, maybe it's not too odd, especially since Kaylee like just moved in to 1122. It doesn't really matter that her and Maddie had been friends for so long. They had friends outside of each other that didn't know the other. So that's normal, especially as you get older and you start, doing separate things. But Hunter Johnson saying that he doesn't know Kaylee made no sense because of the body cam video that we have of him walking out with her like a little chaperone to be with her outside while she's talking to the cops. So obviously you knew her enough, because why were you the dude that came outside? I don't know. There's just too many back and forths, too many make no senses, and there shouldn't be so many. I wish he had a better recollection of the vehicles that he saw and that we could trust what he's remembering. But see, that's another thing that's bothering me so bad about what he's trying to like reiterate here, because he can remember some crackhead, the tattoos the crackhead had, if he was wearing a hat, the kind of shirt he had on, the type of knife, down to the way that the blade curved. Okay. From months before. But he can't remember specifically the cars that were in the parking lot 5 days before that, after he knew about the situation 12 hours after he dropped off the girls, and he would have been like thinking about it for like all that time until he showed up on the 18th. No. There's no reason for you not to be giving information unless there's something you don't want the cops to know. And it doesn't have to be crime related. It could be related to something else in that area that you're not supposed to be doing, that you don't want people to find out about. That's what happens whenever you've got a bunch of shady people that feel shady. Because their shadiness might not have anything to do with the crime itself. They just might be for real just shady as shit. And having their own reasons for deflecting around things. I don't know anymore. Okay, guys. I'm going to get off of here. It's after midnight. Probably going to watch some more Doctor Who. That show is so weird. I don't even know how else to explain it. The show is just so strange. All right, let me see what I missed over here real quick. Thank you for the 99 Sinners Only. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 5 Crud Dog. Thank you for the 199 White Rabbit. He is forever a creep. There's nothing redeeming. I mean, yeah, for sure. Like, if you have to say, I try not to be a creep, you're a creep. Just like a real alpha doesn't have to announce themselves. It's the same concept. Thank you for the 499 White Rabbit. He embarrassed his wife so badly between offering alcohol to college girls and him complaining about fatherhood and telling them his wife was out of town. Yeah, that's... Why are you telling these girls that your wife is out of town? Are you waiting? Are you wanting them to like hear an open invitation to something? Like, well, why are you even bothered saying that kind of shit? Keep it impersonal. No, dude's a liar. Thank you for the 199 Crystal. Me too. I would love to see the cop's face, like the other comment said, like when he was like, hold up. Go back. What about a crackhead and a knife? In a sink, in a bathroom? What? Yeah, I would have loved to have seen his face. Oh my God. Doesn't the app keep track of ride history? Not technically. Okay. Ride history, yes. If I were to open my apps right now and look up my account, I could see every time I took a ride, where they picked me up, where they dropped me off, the person that it was, the car they were driving, how much I spent, how much I tipped. For the person, all that information is on there. To keep it safe for the person, the drivers are like, they don't get that information. Like, I think that they have like dates and times and like maybe like a drop-off location. I don't really know how that portion is to show like how much money they made. But when it comes to like the person's name, the account, their home address, any of that information, they don't have any of that. They say it literally disappears and it's just like a payment log, like ledger after that. They don't have any of your information after. But filing for, the search warrants, the subpoenas that they send into the companies, they would have all that information even if Eric couldn't get to it. So I think he even said in the beginning that he was like trying through the app to get the information of the people he picked up at 11:19 after 3 o'clock, but they wouldn't give it to him. Well, because they're not allowed to have it. but it's definitely still there for the cops. So yeah, technically on both of those. Thank you for the 5, Vanessa. YouTube keeps saying sub only chat. I keep unsubbing and even reloading. Went out and came back 5 times. Well, I put it on sub only so that we don't just have any random ass troll who feels like they want to say dumb shit come in here without having to wait and maybe get annoyed long enough to just leave. But it shouldn't be doing anything crazy if you are a subscriber. But then again, YouTube does its own thing. I don't know. YouTube has been on some crack on its own. Well, I appreciate that frustration speculation. I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome, Natalie Green. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Go Meta. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the 199, Crystal. The crackhead area is right by Corner Club, is it? That's not surprising. That means that it's technically not too safe for any of them to just be randomly walking from bar to bar and bar to home either then, if that's the case. Thank you for the 499, Chriser. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I don't, he didn't say shit about Taco Bell. Yeah, he can check his income, but he can't check the people's names that he has picked up. They keep that part safe. I've never had a DoorDasher hang out in my driveway for more than 5 seconds. Like, most of them are so, like, on the go, they don't even pull into my driveway. They park at the end of the driveway, and then I watch them walk to where I have them drop off the food and then watch them leave. And they don't ever turn off their cars, like, none of that stuff. It's quick. 15 seconds and they're out of here. It's amazing to me that Taco Bell is just gone. He's not mentioning anything about, so he didn't go get food or anything that night. He did the one ride after dropping off the girls, then went home, then left again. So that's another thing that's bothering me about his timeline, because he said he doesn't do that he keeps the apps on until he gets home. And if nothing has popped up once he gets home, he's done for the night. But he ended up leaving again. He's just inconsistent for some reason. For some reason. Oh, thank you, Cammie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very wild stuff. Crazy stuff. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Tomorrow's Saturday. We'll do lives tomorrow because there's a whole bunch of other stuff that has come out. And there's still other things that we need to talk about. I'm still editing all that other stuff. So I don't know if we're going to go live twice tomorrow, but we will for sure go live at least once tomorrow to go over it'll either be body cam or one of the new interviews that Connor released, because he's got one with Matthew Moy and like 2 other guys, and then there's a female and then there's somebody with just the initial CW, which I find interesting that we're still doing initials, unless maybe we just don't know who that is, but I'll have to look at the witness list and try to see if I can figure that out. But there's also some new I think he dropped some more camera footage from Rosinski. Yeah. And we're probably not, let me check the court thingy, but we're probably not going to get anything else this week besides what we already got from the state sealing their response. Yeah, we're probably not going to get anything else. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't know what time, but we'll definitely do a live tomorrow on something. Yeah. I'm going to try to edit my ass off when it comes to the coffee house video and Xana and Ethan's big video so that I can make sure that those come out in the next week while we're still going through all this stuff. If they weren't so horribly long. Because like the one for Maddie and Kaylee was pretty freaking long. And so the one for Xana and Ethan is going to be really, really long. And then the coffee house video is going to be, I'm trying to get it down to where it's at least an hour and a half, but it might be longer. The coffee house debunk video might be longer than an hour and a half. Because he's like, every freaking sentence this guy says is false. Literally like all of it. And it's been making me so sick because like, I know that me putting this video out isn't going to do shit. Like it's not. Like there might be 1,000 people that are like, holy shit, this guy's full of shit, and they don't watch him anymore because he's not honest and he's like mainstream clicky AI scripty. But it's not going to really do anything. He's going to continue to get 300-something thousand views on every single video that he puts out just because. And it's all stuff that we already know. Like, everything that y'all are going to hear in this video is everything that you guys already know because it's the damn facts. But I don't know. Maybe he'll see it and he'll realize that he sucks. But I doubt it. I really do. I really do. Thank you for the 999, Amanda. AC's mom sitting next to Maddie's mom in the interview. They had showed 0 photos of 3 girls in which there were plenty, strictly none of Maddie and her daughter distancing again from Kaylee. Yeah, I've noticed that too. Not just that, but do you remember her mom's face? Ashlyn's mom's face when the friendship between Maddie and Kaylee would get mentioned. Ashlyn's mom's face would do things, which I always found interesting. I have no idea what he said. I just know that it's there. Yeah, no, it's so obvious. He runs an AI script. There is nothing, not the problem. It's not just that he runs an AI script off mainstream media shit. It's also the freaking just like zero effort to give a damn, because he's using like footage from when Bryan was still going to court in Latell County in an orange jumpsuit. He's not using any of the new footage. He's not using footage from the neighborhood. He's using stock footage of a neighborhood that no one's going to recognize. Like, it is just, this is poor shit. If he was a small channel and putting out videos like this with mainstream nothing, with no facts whatsoever, and using outdated and non-specific editing the way that he is, he wouldn't have never made it off the ground. So I don't know what's going on with this. I just know this. I've been approached by several companies, and I mentioned this stuff in the video. I've been approached by several companies. Some of you might remember some of these stories, wanting me to read scripts that they wrote, or wanting me to write a script for a certain story, and then they would pay me X amount for doing the research, but they would have all of the creative rights. Like, I would basically read the script in front of a camera the way that I would normally do a video. Then I'd send it to them, and then they would be able to basically edit it and put whatever into it that they wanted to, because they paid me for my part of it, and now they're going to do the rest of it. There's like 2 or 3 different companies that reached out to me for this kind of shit. I turned them all down. That's what this guy is like. This seems like this is an old YouTube account that was purchased, that was already monetized, that got taken over. And this shit happens. This is exactly how this bullshit will work. They'll go and buy an old account that already has like millions of subscribers, and they'll rebrand the entire thing. And then they fill it up with a whole bunch of bot views and bot comments, because it just costs like a couple $1,000s to get it started and get it looking like it's doing something. And it's all bullshit. But because they see the traffic, they see the numbers, people think it's real. People think it is legit, and it's not. If this guy would have come out and started as a small channel for real, like me and other people have done from the dirt up, okay, then no one would have taken this clown seriously. No one in the real true crime world that actually pays attention to the real shit and doesn't want to just be here told stories all day long, we would have clowned him off of the freaking platform within a few weeks. That's a damn fact. There is nothing factual in this dude's video except the fact that 4 people died. That's it. Everything else is bullshit. That's why the damn thing is so long. That's why. So I don't know. I feel like the whole thing is one of those companies. The whole thing feels like it's one of those companies, because he says oppositional shit to the clips that are also played. Like, when it comes to things that Dylan says, he'll play, well, whoever's doing the editing is putting clips in there from like the first responder interview with Dylan when they're still in front of the house. But then he sits there not 2 seconds later and says the opposite of what she just said. And I'm like, bro, you aren't even like they don't even like give him a heads up about what they're going to be editing in, or the editors are so low, zero effort, negative effort, that they don't even try to match the script to what they're putting into the video. It is shit. It is shit. I don't write scripts. I don't write scripts. I don't. I might take notes every now and then. I don't write scripts. I do all my own editing. I go find all my own clips to use. I try to make them as relevant as freaking possible. Everything that you see in these videos, from pictures to videos to words going into sounds, that's me and me alone. I learned how to do it all. This guy really sounds like he just turns on the camera and looks off to the side right here and reads a script that gets sent to him. And there's no emotion. He's very Visine guy. And it's unnatural. I mean, he even got shit wrong about the victims themselves. Just like basic life stuff. 2.2 million subscribers. 300 and something thousand videos, views on that video. And it's all bullshit. Mm-mm. It literally drives me crazy. But I'm gonna get off here. Get on my nerves. Okay, I know some of y'all want to see the kitties. So let me summon Don so he can bring in Calypso. Hold on a second. Hold on. He's in his undies, so I can't have him on camera. Hold on. Here she be. This is mommy to the orange baby. She tolerates us. Like, she comes up and tries to get my attention sometimes, but she really is a very independent kitty cat. You can't just leave me, bro. She's the only one out of all three of them that doesn't really like to cuddle too much. Okay, see, she already wants down. But look how fluffy and freaking cute she is. Oh my god. Okay. Hold on, let me get little baby, and then I'll tell him to bring in Zeldy. Okay, well, he's been asleep. He's been asleep the whole time. Look how big he's getting, bro. He was such a tiny little baby. Look how big he's getting. See, you can look at this white. He's going to be kind of fluffy like her. He's such a good babish. He's such a good babish. He follows me into the bathroom every morning. Like, when he hears me get up, he jumps up on my nightstand and stares at me until I'm out of bed. Then he follows me into the bathroom. And while I'm sitting there going pee, he gets up on the bathtub and then he puts his paws on my thigh and he tries to like jump up on me and get on my lap. He's been that baby. He's been that baby. Look over there. Look, mommy over there. All right, let me have him bring in Zelda real fast. Okay, hold on. He's putting his VR thing down and then getting Zelly. And here's OG baby. Here's the OG baby. Was you sleeping? Oh, you gonna stretch? You gonna stretch? A little bit? Yeah, there she goes. Come how big she is, bro. This is the one that was broken. She's just going to do this. This is the one that we found in the Dollar Tree parking lot, and her body was crushed. She had a broken leg, a big, huge gap of skin, like muscle that was rotting out of her leg. She's going to chill like that now. She couldn't tell when she had to go potty. She'd go to the bathroom on herself because all of her parts were broken. She had a big scab on her head. She'd been hit by a car or something. Never took her to the vet because I know they were going to tell me just to put her down. So I nursed her into this awesomeness myself. Okay, you can go now. That's Zelda. Oh, she's coming back. Okay, come here. Ugh. She said no, not yet. Okay. I carry her around the house like this most of the time. She comes up to me like a dog and puts her paws up on my legs on her hind feet to get me to pick her up. Don't eat it. Face itch. Yeah. You ready to go to bed? I don't know. You don't know? I think so. Okay, you guys. I will see y'all tomorrow about something. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out in the morning. She's back up here again. Okay, we're going to have to just go lay down in a second. Okay, you guys. Y'all have a super great night. Stay off the roads. People be cray-cray out there, and it's a Friday. Be careful if y'all go out and do anything. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. She always does. Everywhere and for everything. She always does. Everywhere. Always. You guys have a great night. Thank you so much for the super stickers and the super chats and the members who joined. We are going to get nope. Okay, that's fine, but you're in underwear. Thank you for bringing me the cat. I'll get the members only lives put out the links for them because I'm going to go ahead and schedule out the next two since I completely missed on the one we were supposed to do on the 26th. And don't forget that I'm going to be giving away a monkey this time. Instead of doing like a shirt or a hat or the cup, there's a stuffed monkey that I have on my spread shop that's connected to the YouTube page that has a t-shirt on, and it has the channel logo, and there's like, I think 5 different colors of the shirts. I'd originally had it on just the black one, but I know that like people like other colors besides black. I know. So I put the 5 options on there so that the winners can pick the colors that they want. And that's just what we're going to do is we're going to do the monkey because why not? Again, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Is she on my coffee cart? Look at her. Look at her. Zelda. Zelda. Looking at me behind the bar. I can see you. You're not hiding. She thinks I can't see her because she's behind the bar. Ever since I put my coffee cart up, she's been jumping around and trying to lay in this plate thing right here. She's onto something. All right. I'm going to get off here before she knocks everything down. She's going to go crazy. All right. Thank you again for joining me tonight, guys. I'm going to go ahead and roll this out. Please do not forget to leave a like on your way out and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. All right, you guys. See y'all.